because he said he never really had the time to actually sit and talk with his dad, like a one-on-one for real.
That's
cool. So I'm like, man, why don't you?
He wants it in that format to have, like, in that way. That's cool.
And then Tuesday we have I have an artist. Her name is Choco Baby, and she's not my artist. Let me not say it like that, but she's a artist, and she's gonna come on. We haven't done like a formal interview in a while. Usually, we just have people want to do discussions. Usually it's me, him, my boy Kyle Renz, and that kind of rotate between them two, depending on who can show up. My guy Lucas Wavy, he's been through.
You say Kyle Renz?
Kyle Renz.
Kyle Renz.
Yeah. His name is Kayem or something like that, but he cut like his first name and his middle name and make a R&B type name. He a singer. He been rapping though. He got some bars. Alright, so what's the slice, what's the crust? This your boy T-Todd, and this is another episode of He's on Fire. Today, we got a very special guest, and we got, my trusty co-host. Go ahead and say what's up, Max.
What is poppin'? It's your boy, Max
Hey, and he's the only person that ever comes on the show that has, like, a special introduction like that. He got his own thing going on. He always do the Max, and usually you gotta have you go, you gotta run it back a couple times.
Yeah.
It's all good. We also have.
What up? My name is Justin Bunkley, aka Drew Nuke'Em, aka some ain't know 1/3 Dope Div. Shout out to He's on Fire.
Hey, I appreciate the shout out, man. Speaking of Dope Div, I checked out that the link you sent me. So I don't have Apple Music, so I was only able to listen to like I think it was maybe a minute and a half of a lot of the songs, maybe 30 seconds or something. But what I did hear, man, I really liked it. And it really had a different Detroit sound to it, like not Dope Boys cash out. We be in the club flexing with the bottle. It was more of that lyrical, like in between a Big Sean and Eminem type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's crazy because I heard the lyrics and I'm a very big fan of lyrical nature. You know what I'm saying? Y'all guys remind me a lot of Clear Soul Forces. You familiar with them?
Very much so.
No,
yeah, I know, like, as far as like through personal connection, one of them, my dog LAZ.
Mm-hmm.
And
Last, yeah.
Last.
Yeah.
Y'all know Last. And I haven't had the chance to like really like chop it up with the rest of them, but I've seen them perform like before. Yeah. And I'm a fan of their music for sure.
You know what? I actually kick it with Elijah Day every once in a while.
Elijah Day. I know of Elijah. I just haven't.
Yeah. He go live on Twitch as well. And I started jumping in his live, just showing some love, saying what's up.
Yeah.
Hopping on his lives on YouTube, and then he started returning the love after I followed him on Instagram. Where every time, not every time, but every once in a while you see something, he'll like it, and that gave me a feeling like, yeah, man, I'm on the right track because this is somebody I really like. I like his music. I really like his music. He's really dope to me, and he has a different sound. It's not that regular Detroit sound like I was saying about you guys. My boy Maxwell. Big Max, he rap as well. Another lyrical dude. It's funny because Pat was just saying that too. I'm like, I was talking about my boy Lucas Wavy. And I'm like, he's one of the only people that I know that can probably match me when it comes to like high lyrical content, just going on some bars. And Max was like, Pat was like, I think Max can too. I'm like, oh yeah, I think,
I have moments. I like to play more when I do voices, when I do verses. So I like to. I'm sometimes I can get a little bit more animated, and that sometimes I will purposely sacrifice like my flow style in order to like do something else. But it just depends on my mood because what I go by the vibe of what the music is telling me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So whatever it's telling me in that moment, I'll do something. It's either going to be like a regular generic kind of thing, or if I feel like I can go really hard on it.
Go in.
Yeah.
No, that's the best way to create, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the music tell you what to make. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, even with rap in general, like the art form of it, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like sacrifice on what you might think might sound right for what you know you feel is right. You know what I'm saying? And like just letting that part of you come out. Like that's what a lot of the legends be talking about. Just like coming from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? So that's the right way to cook up, bro.
So what's your viewpoint? Speaking of Detroit, because most of my stuff I do a lot of open verses on TikTok.
Okay.
So right now I'm working on a verse that's like a somewhat, because the way the guy produced it, he was like, it's a Detroit type beat. And I was like, okay, I might put up a Detroit type flow. So what's your viewpoint on the styles of different Detroit artists, like maybe like a T Grizzly or like different styles amongst even like local artists?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it has to do, like you were saying, like with self-expression. A lot of the music that we hear from, and that's why I like Detroit, because it's a melting pot kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, like I think, but even with that, the melting pot stems from our backgrounds, you know what I'm saying? And like what we listen to, like growing up, and I think that's what makes Detroit special, because like, and I tell my wife this a lot. It's funny because like I'll be like, you know, how I create, and like you say, how you create or how T create versus like how somebody else might cook up. They might have been in a situation where they didn't hear, like me, I listen to a lot of samples, you know what I'm saying? Or I work with a lot of samples because I was raised by old school music,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So a lot of that music is music that my mom was playing, my grandma was playing in the car, stuff like that. But like somebody else that's cooking up might not listen to that, but might have been listening to like, you know what I'm saying, Blade growing up, you know what I'm saying? Or I take it back, Rich Ken, White Buffy. That was the first person I heard rapping about Buffy. You feel me? So it's like, if you was a fan of Rich Ken at that time, you know what I'm saying? We're what, like extensions of what we take in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think like depending on where you from, like one of my favorite songs when I was growing up was "Count My Dough Money" by Kato, K-Deezy.
Okay.
And then like you know you had like people that would approach records like Tone Tone. You know what I'm saying? What up though? That song, that's a party song.
Yeah.
That's a Detroit culture party song.
Right.
So like for example, I say when we were making like Coney Run, you know, we wanted to be able to have like some type of medium that related us to our city, even though we knew, like we're saying, our sound is different.
Right.
But then because there's so many different subgenres of Detroit music, if we content-wise are on the same page, it don't matter the song, you know what I'm saying? You can still enjoy it. So it's like my take overall, I enjoy the diversity in it.
Okay.
I will say like everybody cook different, you know, and how I like to eat is different from how somebody else might like to eat.
I got you.
Even though the recipe might have salt in it, I might not like that much salt. I want more pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's based off our taste, and like I said, you know, with what we were raised on. So for me, I'm a fan of like, of course, lyrical stuff, but then I shouted out like city records. You know what I'm saying? That I like, but I was listening to like the guys I studied. Like I was from the city, like you said, Big Sean. Like I was listening to Finally Famous like 1, 2, 3 when it dropped 2010 and up. Listening to the Detroit mixtape, he brought up Clear Soul Force's Solar Heat.
Yeah, that's
That
my
song,
favorite, bro.
I studied that
That's
song.
my
They
favorite
flow.
song,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are people that you know are from the same city as us, but they sound different. So, but you can take away from, you know what I'm saying, and enjoy, you know, any part of it. You know what I'm saying?
So do you, because with the whole melting pot, right? Do you think that most, if not all, Detroit artists have like a similar core style? Like obviously there's a melting pot, there's differences, but I would think, or at least my viewpoint on as far as Detroit goes, because you know, like with certain cities, you can hear similarities, but obviously they're different because they're different people.
Right.
So I would think like, and I could be wrong here, but for Detroit artists specifically, I think a lot of us have like a thing where we kind of almost start behind the beat a little bit, like just behind it, where it almost feels like it's off, but it fits.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So what do you think? There's like a similar core like that when it comes to each of us being in the same like state or city or whatever?
It's hard to say because like I've come across people because like I started rapping for real like in 2011. You know what I'm saying? And then like start doing talent shows like when I was with my group 2013 and just progressing on. Just from that being in like a circuit of shows, being able to see different artists, stuff like that. Like I've seen people change their sound, you know what I'm saying, based off like how culture sounds at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I will say like for example, right now it's crazy because I felt this was gonna be coming, but like we talking about the city, like eyes is on the city right now from like I think musically standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like everybody,
actually, yeah.
You notice that? Like
I felt a little bit of a vibe.
You know, in terms of like what's being talked about as like if it was a sport, the new up and coming star. You know what I'm saying? So I think like because of that, us as a city or artists, we might be following, you know, trying to follow that wave, and it might sound the way. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, if people, like you say, people starting out, if we, you know, rapping a certain when we hear this from this artist from the city, it's kind of like a trend in a way, you know. But everybody cooks up their own way, you know. Me personally, sometimes I have rap like you say, like behind the beat. But me, I like to like find the pocket, you know, let the pocket tell me how to rap, like you were saying. So, but I think like you know, it really depends on who you listen to, and like who you want to pull from. If you're a new artist, who you pulling from, who you learning from, who you studying, and sometimes it does become consistent.
So do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Because right now I'm having a stigma right now where I am not listening to a lot of music. Like it's few and far between, and it's off of my own fear that I may accidentally bite or like pull something from something that I might be thinking that's not relevant, but it could be. You feel me? So that's my stigma.
Influence, subconscious influence.
Yeah.
And like I think that can be true. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact you can call it out, it would be your distinguishment. You know what I'm saying? But I do think like in my opinion, like because I know what you're saying. Because it's like if I hear too much of it, will I fade away from what I know is the for sure. Fade away from
No, you good. You stay back a little bit.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because like if you get influenced too much, that may affect how you approach.
But how do you know if you're being influenced too much? Because you can hear something from, or you can remember something, or like think of a line that you didn't know that you've heard 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how much influence is too much? That's the question. I'd say soak up as much influence you can and just try to be as careful as you can. You know, in this reference marks, you can Google certain lines and lyrics. And you know what? Speaking of that, I'm sorry. It's some chick, I just seen a tweet about her blaming some other guy for stealing a line from hers because he said Michael Myers in it. He's like chasing bitches like Michael Myers.
There's plenty of Michael Myers bars.
Exactly. I'm like, if that's the case, well, you stole from me because I done said that 20 years, 15 years ago. So, certain people.
Well, as far as like, okay, maybe. Well, lines is one thing, but also being influenced to the point to where it's like the flow is almost similar. Like it's not an original.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like that question you asked me. That's how that happens a lot, I think. But like, I think like for example, like when I was cooking up like earlier, you know what I'm saying, like trying to find like a sound. It was like an earlier trap sound too. Like Waku was killing stuff. It was like I want to say who else. It was like party records were coming out more. So, but that didn't mean I couldn't enjoy it though.
Like the Roscoe Dashes and stuff like that.
Roscoe Dash, you know what I'm saying? And then over 2016, 2017, like stuff, anything. But I get what you're saying because you want to filter it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, does that mean I can't really enjoy it? Because like, what if like, I start creating in that way? But I think, because like T was saying, like you can hear something and get influenced off it no matter what it is. And that's kind of my experience too.
Yeah.
Like I listen to everything, because you never know how you could enjoy it. Like a lot of it, like we were saying, it could be an energy like it gives you. It might not be the lyrics.
Right.
But that, like, and I talked to my bro about it too, because he listened to, different types of like hip hop. But he was saying he just like how they, like, you know what I'm saying, the energy you feel, you know what I'm saying, more so than the cadence or the metaphor, the sim, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's, like I said, I think that's the beauty of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has no rules. And that's one important thing I like to keep in mind, like hip hop ain't like no other music genre because of like how it was done and how it was done.
Yeah, but you know what? I also like when you look at hip hop in its nature, we're heavily influenced by other genres, and we do a lot of sampling of other genres. So it's kind of hard when it comes to hip hop because, and Prince called it like 20 years ago. He was saying, 20 years from now they're gonna be sampling the samples,
right? Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on.
That's exactly what's happening.
But and the chain, it's crazy because the chain is so long of the people that have rights for certain songs. Like if you think of something, I know Mariah Carey going through something for All I Want for Christmas. So say if she wasn't the original, it was. I'm not exactly what the thing is, but it's something stupid. Okay. I have to look into it a little more. But if you say, or what's a better example? What's a song that I don't know, like Planet Rock. You know that rock, Planet Rock. That melody has been sampled by Lil Wayne, by Rodney Hill, Joe Cooley. It's been sampled so many times. So say if I wanted to go and sample Lil Wayne, I have to give rights to, that person and before him and the person that originally made the song because all these samples is in a, it's like not a hierarchy, but it just goes back.
It just goes back.
But I feel like that's a good thing. That's what people were saying about the Andre 3000 album with the flutes he just dropped. Have y'all listened to it yet?
Yeah,
I have not.
I haven't finished it. It's long as hell, but I definitely enjoy. It's like literally one of them you just have on and not even know this is on. But like, this song is fire.
But you know what? I'm a big Andre 3 Stacks fan, and the thing about that is, as soon as I heard this, I'm like, he's a genius. He's a marketing genius because. He's not going to say anything on it. People are going to be sampling this shit for the next 30, 50 years. And he's just going to be able to collect off of it.
Is this him on flutes?
Yeah, supposed to be.
No vocals.
No vocals.
It's other instruments, right?
But it's
not just flute.
But it's it's just straight, mainly flute, but a lot, like you said, a lot of other instruments built around the flute.
Okay.
But like, you know how you ever heard like they can say like jazz musicians back in the day, like their instrument would talk to you?
Yeah.
That's how I hear.
Yeah.
That's when I listen.
I get you.
I literally.
That itself is an art. When it comes to making beats, like some of the beats we rap off of, they are so systematic. You have the intro, the hook, the verse, break. The instruments aren't really making the melodies, and that's one thing we learned in school. Like we had to do this project where we had to make a melody out of things. So I took like a pill bottle, make a shaker. I did like a whistle with my voice.
It was a similar thing that they did in the Miles Morales game. It was like a side quest where his uncle had Miles go throughout the city to listen to like noise in New York, and then he went. The final product was like a lot of the noise of New York being compiled into the beat. Yeah, and it was actually pretty cool. I thought it was pretty dope for a side quest.
I haven't even checked that out.
That right there, and I like when I played that, and I was like, because I thought about like all the other people probably playing that in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is like introducing people to technically how to make a beat. You know what I'm saying? And 2K did that.
Yeah, he went to like a fire truck. It was like a boat at one point.
He's near the docks. Got some sounds from like the boat,
or like the buoy, like the little bell that it makes or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty dope.
That's what I think I told you about Kamal. Did I ever tell you about the dude?
He
does his instruments with his voice. Yeah, he's on a whole nother level, bro. I put him up there with one of my favorite people is Big Crit. Andre 3 Stacks, and I kind of put him up there as far as his creativeness, and then like his meaningness, like his ability to send a message through a song. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they get up there and try to be positive or speak about current events and stuff, and they just sound kind of corny sometimes.
Right.
He does it in a way where it feels like music, it feels like art, and then he uses his voice. He naturally has like this weird tone of voice, the way he kind of sound like Cat Williams a little bit, But because like if you, I don't know, have y'all seen The Blackening?
Man, I want to see that so bad. My brother keep telling me to see. He saw it 3 times. He said it's hilarious.
It is. It's pretty good. They're making a
part
part 2 to it too, by the way.
I know it's fire.
But the dude, he remind me of one of the characters. Like he kind of sound like him a little bit, but he's so talented, dog. And he got like full songs where you listen to the song the first time, you're not gonna notice there's no instruments. It's only his voice because it's just that pristine. It's so clean with it. But I've watched him on a live. Like he has this, machine in his microphone, and he just
It's tough. It's tough.
yeah. And then he going and then he'd just stack his harmonies and stuff like that. And it's coming to a full song, like now on some My Singing Monsters type shit. Y'all ever seen that after that game? It's a game where you take like little monsters. Each one have their own unique sound, and you can put them together to make a beat or make a song. Yeah, I like that game. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna get Levi up on that. But it's he's real creative with it, man.
That sounds a lot like I remember I was at this festival in Atlanta for it's a hip hop festival called A3C. Kind of like a South by Southwest, but it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they have like seminar stuff like that, panels. And there was a panel I sat in with Teddy Riley, and he was like
Teddy.
Teddy Riley. He was saying like when he made the beat for Blackstreet, the No Diggity,
yeah.
That he said that he needed a sound, and he couldn't get the kick drum right, so he went in the bathroom, got a roll of toilet tissue and put it over the mic, and the kick drum is the. He was like, when you hear that kick, and since I learned that some years back, but every song I listen, y'all tell me.
So now you can't unhear it.
I can't unhear it. And it's like I get a certain appreciation for it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
I'm gonna hear that for the rest of my life now. I can't.
Tell me that ain't gonna sound like no other drum you ever
Did I
heard.
say music right there?
It's gonna sound like no other drum you ever heard. Watch. It's gonna sound like a wart, like something's on it.
Yeah, that's
very interesting. Man.
Yeah, so with that, and like we said, like Miles Morales and the Monsters game, it's like he was telling like people that were like producers, he was like, my biggest advice I can give you as a producer is like stack up on your sounds. No matter what the sound is. Like say they use a buoy, you know what I'm saying? But that could be that distinctive sound that gives your record that factor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Speaking of Andre 3000, I saw a thing a few days ago where Andre was like, or somebody had asked him, how come you don't rap no more? And he was like, I'm 48. What am I going to talk about? And then I saw later Lil Wayne was talking to Tyga. Was that on this podcast?
I think that was Wayne's podcast.
Oh, that was Wayne's podcast.
I'm not sure, but it was one that you can tell it was one of their platforms.
Yeah, but Wayne went on the other side of the spectrum and was like, I'm always going to have something to talk about. So according to Wayne, it was like he was a little bit. He felt it was depressing hearing Andre say what he said, but I was like, I don't know. It depends because you can never really tell the future, but also at the same time, current events are always going to be current. Right. So it just depends on where you're looking at.
Listen to that. You hear that? What kind of drums that sound like? No, like it'll sound like no acoustic instrument drum. It sounds like a.
It's not Once you
listen, like a flap is on it or something. And that shit blew my mind, bro. I'm like, yo, he goated.
I went, dog. That's so fire.
That's
so fire.
And you remember you saying you go off vibes, what you hit? That's that. That's what hip hop is. Well, that's not a hip hop song. But
I never knew that. That's so fire.
And I was listening to that as a kid, and you fucked me up when you told me.
Yeah, that's my jam.
I'm definitely listening to the song on the way home. I swear I am.
Can't hear it. But no, what you said, not to speak of you. But
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you will eventually probably run out of something to say? Because I guess it depends on what kind of artist you are, right? Andre 3000 is a very different artist from like Lil Wayne, and their styles are very different.
Right.
So I can see Andre's point of view, but I can also see Wayne's point of view as well.
Wayne, like both of them are phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ghost,
so
obviously.
I could
Hall of Fame.
I would never try to say anything to contradict them. I sit on the precipice of both things as well. I feel like what Andre meant was more so, he literally don't have anything to talk about. Like he could rap, rhyme words and make good metaphors.
Yeah. But for him, it's like
have
nothing of
anything to
substance.
say. Yeah, he's like, it's nothing. It's like the younger generation is taking over. Like they're doing all of this. he can. It's nothing really more he can or have to say, really, you know.
Facts.
But I feel like anytime he was to bless us with the, you know, presence on the microphone, it will be worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I always give my respect to that. And I feel like, you know, Kendrick may get to that point at some time where he's like, nah, I don't really have nothing. But he is a sneaky person. Like, he does retaliate and comment on people in songs. So as long as somebody sending shots at him, I think he's always gonna be rapping.
Right.
I like what you just said.
Yeah. And I think it's just a little different for Andre. But when you look at how do y'all feel about Weezy as an artist? Because I didn't like him growing up. And it's because I didn't like his voice. It was that, I ain't like that. But once I actually started to like listen, because I was you know, we was like real trying to be lyrical guys.
Yeah.
Like, destroying whack rappers was our thing.
Yeah, that was our extreme.
Yeah, but when I started to articulate like how you can actually take words and flip them with different cadences and tones and stuff like that, I started to respect Wayne a little bit more. And yeah, it was just different. I started actually listening to a lot of this stuff. I'm like, bro, why was I tripping on him? Like,
I had a love-hate relationship with Wayne because I loved Wayne at first. I thought Wayne was dope. I stopped liking Wayne after the Carter 2 because the Carter 2 for me was a perfect album. I listened to that front and back.
I was a mixtape fan of Wayne. I barely paid attention to the albums too much because that was a lot of mainstream stuff. You know, back then we was more so that piffing it, you know, stuff like that. So I actually got a mixtape. My first solo mixtape is still on that piff, man. I go on there every once in a while and be like, dog.
And you listen to these, you're like, no.
Yes. Bro, this where's that iMac at? It's an iMac I got. I think it's over there, man. I had the same model iMac, and that was the first one with GarageBand that I actually like did official music with, and it was terrible, man. Quality was so trash.
But yeah, that was the last album I bought from.
Huh? Carter 2. No,
yeah, the Carter 2 was the last album that I went out and bought. And then after a while, I just stopped vibing with it. Like there was a couple songs after the Carter 2 that I liked, but it was like nah. And then I was on the same wavelength with him. Like nah, I'm not into it. But then later, as I've gotten older, I'm like I go back on it and I'm like yo, it went from love to dislike to respect.
Okay.
That was my journey with Wayne as well.
I got two things to say. Because we was talking about 3 Stacks first.
Yeah.
And I do have a thought about that. But I can still go. We can go Wayne to 3 because I got something to say about both.
Go off.
Wait. All right, so I'll do it in order. Now, I'll go backwards because he's talking about Wayne. That's what surprised me the most. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Because I'm be fair. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, because I'm on the complete.
I like Wayne now, like his recent stuff.
No. I know you said you respect him, but no, bro, that is like my number 2 favorite rapper all the time. Like in the sense where, and you know, of course, respect y'all opinion, of course.
Yeah.
Right, no doubt. Y'all listen, but I'm gonna ask y'all who y'all favorites are. But like for me, and y'all said y'all lyrical, bro. I'm happy. I'm excited. I can tell you about Wayne now. Like, bro.
Hold on. Before you go into Wayne,
go ahead, cause I know you.
I don't want an explanation. You said he your number 2. Who your number 1 there?
Oh, Jay-Z.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go to Wayne.
Currency the hospital. All time.
Currency? Okay, I like what you say. Currency. Okay.
Currency. Yeah. So.
Okay. You need to top
Wayne,
3.
bro,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. All right. So I know you. I feel you with the voice thing. I get it. He started rapping. He was 15 though. And then, you know, whatever happened with his way, that's
Block
how
is
he
hot
talk.
days.
Huh?
The block is hot days.
The block is hot boys.
But after that, and we gonna talk about the Carters. But after that, he was by himself. All right, boom. Then the Carter 1 came. The Go DJ era.
Loved it.
You know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Carter 2 came. That's when he started getting a little more like confident in himself.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Best
a
rapper
perfect
alive.
album to me.
I love that album.
I listened to that front
That
and back.
album got the Mob on there. The Mob. I think that's the first song. I think that's the intro to that album. But bro, you said before the cartoon, that's it. His best shit is after that. Like his best shit. Let me tell you, cause I'm 32.
Yeah.
So I was in high school, 2007. I was 15. Y'all ever heard the Drought 3?
Yeah,
Drought
that's my favorite mixtape.
You heard the Droughts?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So what you got?
Yes.
Oh my
Upgrade
God.
you.
Upgrade, bro. We Taking Over was on that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bro.
Mike Jones, was it Mr. Jones?
Bro, Sky's the
Limit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Flying in the sky, flying with the fishes, and maybe in
Yes.
the ocean, swimming with the fishes.
Yes.
All world is different, like Dwayne Wade, and if you want trouble, bitch,
You want the same thing?
Like,
Yeah.
all that. So
That's my
there's that.
favorite. That's
Then
what
the
got me
Carter
on.
three.
That's
You
what
know
made
Carter
me.
three, bro.
I don't remember actively looking for
Okay.
it. So, but I do remember hearing some songs from the Carter 3 and liking it.
Yes, I'm sure. That's so, because I know you would appreciate it. I know y'all, you listen to Cry. I know you listen to Cry.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what was on it though.
Okay.
Like as far as the album,
I couldn't
goes.
tell
I
you
was so
what.
much of a
Specific songs
mixtape
to
dude.
listen to.
Yeah.
That's what got me like, cause like Wayne is the guy. Him, Jay-Z, Currency. Another reason they're some of my favorite rappers. Like we talk about influence and inspiration.
That's not the one with Lollipop and stuff though, is it?
That is that one.
Okay.
That was
I ain't
the-
sure
yeah.
that was my bad. That was his
I remember
name.
liking Lollipop.
Lollipop was cold though for what it was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like in high school, you know, I was just playing, but no, you good. I just didn't know like how.
No,
okay,
you good.
But that also had Millie.
Yep.
His biggest
Millie.
record.
That had so many remixes.
Yeah.
That was I
that,
love
that
it.
was a mixtape song first too, and then it was on the album. After.
Yeah,
It was
I
funny.
loved hearing the remixes. I thought they were
That's
all
when he
dope.
was sponsoring like Corey Guns and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's trying to build like the Young Money Camp and all that. But like you had that, but then my favorites, Let the Beat Build. Y'all ever heard that song?
I
Well,
don't
how-
remember
I
that.
Straight
don't
off the
remember.
block with it, Eagle Street to be specific. I peeping at you, peep, I'm different. I pay my dues, you keep the difference. I can see the end before the.
No, I
before
haven't
we
heard
get
that.
off.
I ain't
That,
heard it. It don't
Mr.
sound
Carter,
familiar.
with Jay-Z on
Yeah,
it.
Mr. Carter.
I remember Mr. Carter.
I've been in and out the bank, bitch. While y'all
Hello,
assholes
Brooklyn.
Still on the same
Wasn't
shit.
Hello Brooklyn on
Hello
there?
Brooklyn's on there.
Yeah.
No, that is.
Where's that, Jay-Z?
That is American Gangster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
was
another one of my
okay.
favorite albums. But yeah, like Wayne, like I would just say like Carter 3, Drought 3, the whole Carter 3 album. But listen, Dr. Carter, Let the Beat Build, damn near the whole album, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what's that song he got? With it's a song on GTA 4. He rapped over that beat on there. Damn, Dr. Carter. Yeah, Dr. Carter. So Mr. Carter, Dr. Carter. That's what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Mr. Carter. Then you got Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter is actually a beat. It's like a jazz symphony beat on GTA 4. It's on one of the radio stations on there.
Okay.
Okay.
We on
I'm
Twitch, so
not
we
gonna-
on gang.
Yeah, no. That ain't no
But yeah, so with that in mind, like I just think like as far as the opinion on like age and rap, so I saw y'all familiar with
make a quick. You can keep talking. I'm just make a quick adjustment real quick.
Mav Hoffa's My Extra Opinion podcast.
Who?
No, I'm not familiar.
So Mav Hoffa is a
rapper, right?
yep. He has a real good podcast called My Extra Opinion. Omar Epps was on there one time, and I was watching it. Omar Epps said this and this. When I heard it, I never forgot. He was like, "Hip hop is in his grandfather's stage now."
You think so? It's still pretty recent. Like
But-
it's no more than what, like 50, 60 years old?
So genre-wise, no, you're right. In comparison to a lot of, but in terms of
Compared to
like,
everything else, it's still in its infancy.
right? But in terms of like the pioneers becoming godfathers, like think of like the shape of it was like Jay-Z on top, T.I., Wayne, all them.
Yeah.
They becoming I say godfathers, grandfathers. Now.
Yeah.
Saying that, say that's where we at, like with 3 Stacks, for example.
Okay.
They are literally grandfathers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, nah, time has turned to the point where, you know, it's never been in that stage. It was always a young man's genre.
Right.
Now that the young men are older men, but they still rappers. You feel me? So, and for me, I think that's what brings opportunity. That's how I feel about the 3 Stacks thing. Like,
Okay.
because he's so wise.
Mm-hmm.
Why not share that wisdom with me as not just up and coming artist, bro, but a young black man, black man,
Yeah.
and you made it.
Yeah.
And I think the thing about rap and hip hop and what sometimes is forgotten is like the goal of it was always like to inform culture, push culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Express, be a poet, actually, poetry, which is like kind of we was talking about lyrics before. Like that's kind of how I I appreciate hip hop in that way, you know. And
Well, yeah, that was my story. I started off with poetry first.
poetry.
I never considered about being a rapper until I met him.
That's what's up.
Well, that's a lie. I did try to rap once, but my friends at the time told me to never do that again. And then he told me they're not your real friends.
And now you fired, and you fired, right? You're not your real friend because you cold with it.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing about it. It gave so many people, our people, opportunity.
Yeah.
It gave me opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what you hear. All the ghosts still rap about now. But like in terms of like the mainstream sound, you know what I'm saying, and where it's at now, it's like for everybody. And that's which might not necessarily be a bad thing, but through the trajectory of how culture went, you know, everybody gets to rap now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's no different from a personal conversation with another person. So I would say that like 3 Stacks, like bro, everybody rapping now. So what's the difference? Like we got people dressing up as teachers doing teacher raps for their content. You feel me? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like not just stuff here on the surface, typical sex, drug, gun.
I think it's more so for him. It's just like the fulfillment. Like most of his songs, he had a purpose for writing it. Like he's just not doing it because he's trying to get a check or to stay the top nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's just like he's just not like I guarantee if he heard a beat that he really liked and it touched him in a way, like he will drop something, man. Because he's in our nature as rappers, entertainers.
You was just saying that. I'm trying to remember when we was talking about 3 Stacks. It was somebody else. I think we was saying that, but just getting inspired. I'm trying to remember that. I was just hear a beat and rap to it. But what I was gonna say during that moment too is like, and like you said, he not inspired. And I think like it really depends on, like you said, where he at with his inspiration. Like he got that window, but what pains me to see is closing that window.
Yeah.
Like it's always open for that, but if you're not inspired, of course, don't make nothing. As an artist, as a poet, how can you be inspired as a poet? How can you create as a poet if you're not inspired?
I'm not even gonna lie.
You know?
I think more people should be like that. Like if you ain't got nothing to say, shut up.
Don't force it.
Yeah,
but
because
allow room for it to breathe. That's why it's saturated, and that's why.
But
I've experienced that. I've tried to force it, and it just sounded horrible.
But the thing is, we have a passion for the art. There's people out there that do it for the bag. You know what I'm saying? They got a big
But you did it for the art. That's okay. If you flirt and just cooking and just
but I didn't like it. That's what made me like. Because even with like the open verses I do on TikTok, it's like once a month at most. Because I don't come across any beats that that I'm inspired enough. Like because he's seen me. Like once I get like there, I can like do a verse in like 30 minutes, and then probably later I'll adjust to it or whatever. But like, but like if I get excited about it, I'm there.
Yeah, it's all about inspiration, man. Because like for me, even like if you don't feel like you can't do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm not going to keep trying because I want to just live life. But sometimes living life is what have you ready, then you hear the beat, and you're like, oh, snap, this reminds me of this experience. It makes me feel like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel that for sure.
But, okay, so while we on the subject of music, do you have, like, a solid process of creating? Like, is it the beat you hear first and then feel, objectified to make something to that beat? Or is it, like, you think of something in your head and you want to make a song to it? Or is it all over the place? Either one of you.
I'm pretty malleable. I think I like most is to hear the beat, but I've also noticed that I like to hear a course from somewhere because then that gives me a subject matter to talk about when it comes to doing things. And I'm not that great at hooks anyway, which is something I can work on. But I think I like hearing the courses more because that gives me something to focus on when I'm writing.
I was kind of just having that convo with you yesterday because we working on the song and I was just saying like, so for me and with that question, like it depends on the song, like because I was in the group, so I would like my cousin would make a beat, he might have a verse for it already, and the hook, like you said, I know it's a subject matter, what to think about, how to go about it. Me personally, I used to like pen and pad it a lot of times. Now I just like think of my words, but sometimes that can make me what's the word, lackadaisical, I guess, because all shit goes allows, like you said, like whatever I got to come out.
Right.
And sometimes like I'm writing now, and that's what I was telling you yesterday too. Like just hearing the beat, I was studying his lyrics, thinking about what he was saying, and there was a line he said he can see the snakes in the grass, and I'm putting it through the curtain. And then I'm like, okay, boom. I'm that's just part of it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Good. Make sure you keep that though, 'cause I don't know.
Yeah.
And like, even though that's not what the song is about, that was just like one of his bars. But like, if we talking about, and then the hook is, replacement hook for the hook. Not to leak. I ain't trying to leak.
No,
you know
I was gonna play it anyway, so you can hear Luke verse. You can hear how he came off on it.
Oh, bet you on the with us?
No, this not Luke. Luke
Oh,
is way
Luke first. My bad.
I mean, if you want me on it, I will be on it.
We got a good song though. Show.
Yeah, I'll let y'all hear it, man.
Okay, we did something.
Make it cypher style, you know what I'm
We
saying?
can drop bars.
I got the ball, bro. But with that line you talking about, how we was talking about influences of other people's music.
Yeah.
I often take a lot of influence of my own stuff, cause that line I actually did the you remember the Buried Alive challenge I did? And I was like, snakes in the grass, can't see them if it's cut. Still keep my eyes open, can't see them if they shut.
Yeah.
Bird, try to sneak this and get cooked. John Cena to the people, couldn't see me if you look. But that, I actually took that like little snippet and made that line you were just talking about.
Yeah.
And
And draw from yourself.
yeah.
I did a Ninja Turtle verse for that.
That's tough.
It was,
You
a.
did do it.
I did.
got that on Dropbox.
Yeah.
I still got some of those. I got your What's Poppin' in my Dropbox, bro. I was just looking at that.
Oh,
I'm
the
like, Max, he said,
Jack Harlow's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
dude,
like you saying, you got like that line you had and you pull it from yourself, and like that, you can feel that inspiration. I do that too, but like it depends. Like in my day, I'll jot down like a bar or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is something like I was trying. I think I showed you this before, but like I was trying to make over making in the course of years. But like but then what's crazy is I sit down right and I use this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or like and wanting to say something else. You know what I'm saying?
I got my shoebox in there with all my old lyrics from middle school, high school. I always kept this, man. It's like a treasure to me, bro.
That's something you made, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about it, and it's like when we doing stuff, and I talk to my people about this a lot. Like when we doing stuff, you really don't realize what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some heavy stuff. Like even being able to put your thought into rhyme onto paper. You know what I'm saying? In the form and be able to communicate with me, and I can see it in my head. Like that's top. You know what I'm saying? And some people wouldn't even try that. So
Right.
and anybody that try. You know
So
what I'm saying?
what I'm getting from y'all over the question is y'all really like to hear the beat first, predominantly. See,
The beat always
well,
guides the heart. So
But
I
see,
think.
I disagree because and I'm gonna tell you why. I also have a producer's mind.
You do.
So
See, I do not.
I can write a whole song and make a beat. Like I've done it when I was working at FedEx.
Yeah.
When in our downtime, I have a pen and a piece of paper, writing, and I did the song up. So I wrote that whole song, and I knew how I kind of
How you wanted
the
the music to sound, you
Yeah.
made it. See,
And
that's
that's
where
how
I'm trying to get. I want to
Yeah.
get there, like Lamar. That's what's up.
And it's really not complicated. Well, for me and because I literally make the beats. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I can also like I've had those times where I hear a beat and I'm like, I need that, like the New York beat, like the one we doing World Breakers on. That one I'm like, I really like this. It's giving me that old '90s boom bap sound. I got it on this, yeah. So, but for me, man, I don't have a strict process when it comes to creating. Like it's a switch that flip. Whether it's like I see something and I think of a lyric behind it, or turn it into a lyric, or I hear a beat, or even sometimes just the sound effect, bro. It'd be crazy. Like sometimes Levi say something, I'll be like,
oh,
okay, I like that. So can you sing that for me?
That's art, bro.
It's different. And then even in my writing process, it's so unorthodox because I would want to end with the line, like back to that snakes in the grass line, like. I wanted to put that in there, and I was like trying to fit it in. So that's why with the flow, it sounds like when you hear it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cause It's like rhyme, say a line, and then it rhymes back with the rest of it. Yeah. So, and I've been trying to play with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to me, like that's what's up.
Yeah. Sometimes, literally, I will build my bars backwards. Like I'll have that fourth bar that I know is gonna end on. Like and then I just build it up to that. You know?
I've had few experiences where I would hear a beat and I could write out, or not write out, but visualize the structure of the lyrics that I'm going to write. Like a while back when All the Way Up was out with Fat Joe and Remy Ma, stuff like that. I remember listening to the instrumental. I was like, dude, I know exactly what I want to say here. I know exactly how I'm going to start off. I did not know exactly how I was gonna end though, because I was doing like a really long verse, but I remember exactly how I was gonna start off, and knowing the structure and how I was gonna switch it up, when I was gonna go fast, when I was gonna slow it down, and you know all that stuff. Yeah. When I was gonna speed up.
Man, I remember writing like certain songs and being like, I want to know what it is I want to say as I'm performing this in front of people. So like, if this is like we was talking about hooks earlier, so like, and one thing like I saw like, which I believe to be true as well, like in a Lil Baby documentary saying as long as you got a song, everybody can sing, it's a hit. Now, in my mind, what that means to me is like, literally, everybody can sing this rap. If my girl was to sing this rap this my wife, would it be weird? Nah, like she can quote this and motherfucker be like, oh, where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying? So like with hooks, I would think about like how I want it to sound, jump different, you know. So, like you're saying, the music, you know, it'll let you know what to say. But I was trying to think about how it looked too. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's the problem I have with female artists. Like, cause I can't go around singing female artists' lyrics because they talking about
perspective wise.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It don't sound right. I'm a boss ass bitch. Wait,
it's not for me to say.
Yeah, you know.
I can vibe to it and enjoy what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and understand, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, oh my bad.
Y'all hit with go no. I cut you.
No, you good, bro. I was just in the second. I was gonna say like that's what I mean. Like being able to like if she able to say it, would it be weird for her to say even as a woman? Like, no, I wanted we all got ears, so like when I around when everybody gave us joke.
But I feel like it's so much of a double standard. Like, I mean, men can't rap all female lyrics. I mean, women can't rap all male lyrics, but they do. You know, I've heard women say "suck my D" and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's subjective. I've seen them like dudes, like videos, niggas singing "Sexy Red" song, the Pound Town. I haven't seen that.
All right, this has been He's on Fire the podcast.
It was saying like, bro, like on social media, like.
Well, I think that comes from the perspective of the mind and where our society has placed us and stuff like that. So it depends on where you're at. Like if the song is dope enough to you, I think it's fine to sing the lyrics. Obviously, no one's gonna take you seriously unless someone tries to take you seriously. Then, you know.
I feel weird reciting Cat Williams lyrics the other day. I don't know if y'all know, but he did a diss track against the Young Guns. Y'all heard that? It's called
I don't remember.
Yeah. How does it feel if you diss by
And I went on Instagram. I'm like, we always talk about the number one diss track, but we forget Cat Williams body the Young Guns. You know, I recited like the first verse. For some reason, I remember it so vividly that I was able to spit the whole verse, bro. And I tried to do it in my Cat Williams voice. It did not end well, but
wow.
Hey, we get it, man. It's just some things. It just don't feel right, And mostly for me, it's like just certain female rappers I can never get behind, like the Sexy Reds and.
But yeah, sometimes the raps gets egregious, and I'm like, like it just gets way too much.
I think it's my.
Like, but that's even with male rappers for me. Like if it's too much, I'm like, I'll play the next song.
Yeah, but I feel like hip hop nowadays, even from a male or female perspective, it has been so simplified. And watered down to where it's like there's no substance. That's why I'm not mad at Andre because, like I said, if you don't got nothing to say, shut up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like everybody that open their mouth got something to say, whether it's suck my D or I'm popping P or I'm going to Pound Town. There's something to say technically.
Right. But I know it's more than people than just that though. And that's my thing with the game.
Do we know though? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know, but
Sexy Red has a business. Like she has a lip gloss business where she sell weird.
She knows what she's doing clearly.
But why don't she rap about that? About bossing up and getting your own LLCs and stuff like that. And you see, that's
because it's more popular to do the other thing.
Yeah.
Remember the question you asked me before about Detroit artists and sound, the consistency of sound?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like versus what you want to do as a person. Not just an artist, but knowing that you about to be this person. Like, I'm cool with rap about this, but then you can might go in there ball her crib and she dropping bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, and knows about stuff. Like, I know y'all come across people, you know what I'm saying, might have been like that. But I think, like you're saying, like, it's just business.
So do you think the simplification of art is necessary? Because the way I'm thinking right now in this moment is that, we started off and we was talking about, the young kids and their grandfathers now, and there were very complicated bars and things that would make you think and stuff like that. And, we've heard the songs, why can't we go back to, back when because everything is so simplified now. Do you think that at this point, the simplification of the art is necessary to rebuild that more complicated flow of things like that? Because sometimes people just want to hear music. Like, you can get good bars all you want. It's like sometimes we just want to vibe out.
And I listen to a lot of BS. I'm not gonna hold you up. There's some stuff, and well, I'm not gonna say a lot of BS, but tolerable. It's still some substance behind. It's some stuff I just don't.
Yeah, because back when the dying down of bars started, we was on the same thing. Like, this new stuff is crazy way. Like, I can't even listen to the radio anymore.
How different has it changed? Like from the Roscoe Dash and Travis Scott to the Little Babies and the Little Dirks now. Like, it's not too different.
But they got heat though. You know what I'm saying? Like Little Baby Dirk, like they, you know what I'm saying? But then, like if you was to like talk about like other artists that's upcoming that got like that straight, how could I say it? It's like almost like a not drill, but like a drill rap sound right now. And like that to me just sounds like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Initially upon first listen, but then it's like kind of what we were saying before, and we brought up like Roscoe Dad, but like everything is energy, you know what I'm saying? And I think like you just asked about if that's necessary. I think like yes, like you were saying, because of evolution of culture, and I think like just for where we are as a people, our generation, like versus like the previous one, they were way slower.
Yeah.
Based off like we just want to talk technology or perspective and understanding, you know what I'm saying, globally. Like social media has enhanced that for us, you know what I'm saying, and now you got like influences like sound like Apiano, which is African music, you know what I'm saying, or like now you got like UK sounding rappers or rappers that you sound a certain way now.
Some of them are crazy.
But some of them go great. You know what I'm saying? And
I used to like Lady Sovereign. Now that's one chick female rapper I used to listen to. She did that. Love me or hate me, still an obsession. Love me or hate me. That
I think I remember listening to her thinking she was dope. I was like, yo.
Yeah. I think she was co-signed by Missy Elliott at some point.
Okay.
But like it had substance to what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it just sounded fresh.
And see, and that was that you said it sounded fresh, and I think like that's cool because now that can open the window for other stuff. Like you say, now we can like people that want to. Okay, now let me drop some bars if I want to. I can regurgitate that because like my influence of just being a fan of that sound is now in me as a person. Now I can, but I think like I haven't really seen that happen yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the lyrical, like that stamp, like you said, like from regurgitating of sound. Now I ain't really seen nobody that like where it's just like gave me that feel.
Like this hit, like lyrics,
like an era. Yeah, like an era is coming back. Well, not to say it's not, but like
or like a new form.
It's a whole community,
and that's okay
like,
though.
The underground rap community is still very much alive.
They're underground.
Yeah, but it's still like exactly. But you still got your back to Kendrick Lamar's and Big
K-Dot,
Crits.
but then he
and stuff.
chilled. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine, obviously. Cole, not Cole talking about what? Return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the top punchline lyrical, you know what I'm saying, rappers today. But I like with 3 Stacks. I just think it's a matter of inspiration. It can be bad though, in the sense like if it obviously discourages people, right?
Yeah.
But like you were saying before, I just think like it just comes down to you as a person and what you want to do. Like I can't tell you not to be discouraged, but I can definitely tell you to be encouraged because it's needed.
Right.
Like one thing 3 Stacks did say about this album is he said, "Why you on the rap album for me? You don't need raps. You need healing." So if that's what the world need, put that out. You know what I'm saying? Like I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now that people responding, you might get that rap album from him next song.
Right.
And since we know now you can appreciate healing, now I can talk to you about healing. I will listen to that.
Yeah.
I drop a mental health album, 3 Stacks. I'll listen to it for sure. Like what?
I think in the long run, all this nonsense that's going on is going to run its course because of what is normal isn't going to be popular anymore. Like what everybody is doing, like they, people got this. This is the formula. If you can follow this formula, it's going to be right. That's how the labels kind of approaching things. But there is going to be a time where talent takes over popularity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be so saturated with popular people. Everybody's popular nowadays. Anybody with a social media can be popular. So I think it is very soon, like within the next maybe 30 years, it's going to get back to the point where, talent will outshine.
But do you think the pendulum would swing into another extreme? Because I have also noticed where there were rappers who had complicated bars, and they're dope, but they're complicated and they're overcomplicated, and a lot of what, especially underground rappers and even probably battle rappers struggle with is having a catchy hook. That's the whole point of having like an entire song is you need something. And if everything's like bar, eventually you're going to wear your audience out. So yeah, the oversimplification has its both good and bads. Also, being complicated in your lyricism is also a thing as well.
I think that's where, and not even to toot my own horn or nothing, but I think that's where people like me come in, because I've been told that I make lyrical bops to where, people can hop on you. You hear the beat, it's a nice flowing beat, but I'm actually breaking some stuff down to I'm saying some stuff and some sweet stuff. Sometimes, I just be throwing some bars together, make it sound good, but,
man,
I'm just saying for the most part, I think that is going to be a thing to where people are making like more substance and like a dance kind of environment. Some people can actually, bop to or maybe swing to that's going to have some substance to it, but the beat is so catchy and so dancey, they might not even pay attention to the lyrics. They just know they like this person because of this, this sound that they're bringing. Okay. So I hope, man, but that's all I can do. I can't speak for everybody,
Fair.
No, I think like,
or predict the future.
I think like with lyrical rap, being where it is, like if it gets too oversaturated and it's like, people don't want to, regurgitate that, I think go back to what you said, it's just time and place for it all. I think then we kind of have like a balance thing going, which I think is cool. And I think like previously, like when hip hop was early, you had like so many different types of sounds at that time because there were so many different types of rappers. Like if we can even go to like 2000, you might have somebody that I'll say Slim Shady. You know what I'm saying? He give you lyrics, but then give you some type of bop, 50 Cent type. You know what I'm saying? That was even back then, but like right now that the top rapper that's doing that is Drake. You know what I'm saying? He able to like give you a lyrical sounding record, but then also give you something that'll go crazy on the radio in the club. And like you said, like being able to converge both, I think like more people will start to get on that wave. I just think it's just a matter of people doing it, you know what I'm saying, and not just wanting to do like the trend sound, but just do what they want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we get a mixture of both.
I honestly do think people are going to revert because it's always like a pattern. Like, so right now, it's kind of like a, like I said before, this is what's working, this is what we're going to do type of thing. Or, the popular people are making the content, what's normal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when there's going to be somebody or a group of people, because one person's not going to be able to do it alone, but there's going to be some group of people that come along that is very lyrical and popular. You know what I'm saying? That can change the tides of everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and like,
or bring a new texture to it.
Yeah, and that start with like the collaborations with J. Cole and Lil Durk, stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How do y'all feel about the baby? Yeah, it's.
I wasn't a particular. I think his music is cool, but I'm not like a fan.
Yeah.
So I don't got nothing against him. It's just his music's cool, but it's not something that I gravitate towards. I know he gets a lot of hate though.
Yeah.
Like with his flow and stuff.
Because it's so unorthodox.
Yeah.
Listen to like bro, what do you?
He doesn't. I don't think he deserves a lot of the hate that he gets, but his songs are cool.
I appreciate the art of what he do because it's different. You know, I understand why he succeeded because he's different and he's popular. You know what I'm saying? You do it controversy. He used to show up with diapers on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I respect it, but I don't like people that don't like. Oh my God, this y'all. You know who Cash Raquan is?
No.
So it's
something
people.
about a dude named Cash Raquan.
Yeah.
On Instagram, something about like some type of he saw somebody at the airport or something.
Yeah, he was beefing with.
But
the
I
same
never
dude.
saw. I'm not too familiar.
This dude.
Oh, was that the video where he punched the dude out
No.
at the airport?
No. That's not the same dude. You talking about the other guy with the little hand? No. Cash Raquan, he's a Detroit artist, but he's one of those Detroit artists that don't like his timing is off. So he'd be like, I just went to the store and got a bag of chips. I'm about smacking the. Like it don't. I don't know. To me, it just don't sound good. Like it's like you're just talking on a track. Like you're not. There's no swag to it. There's no substance to the lyrics that you're saying.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it, but he got some notoriety here in Detroit, and I don't know if it's the controversy or the music, but me personally, I just couldn't get with it, man. And or people that's like that particular style, I don't really like. I like unorthodox styles, man, because like I said, Big Crit is kind of like that in his way, and I'm gonna always give my praise to Big Crit, man. He definitely in my top 3, man. Speaking of, he gave us his top 3. What's your top 3?
Dude. Because it changes all the time. Yeah. I can't even guarantee. I mean, obviously one of my biggest influences is Eminem. Because he's somebody that I've been listening to probably around the same time as Lil Wayne, in his earlier years. And I can also tell that the way that I rap is slow, very reminiscent of how Eminem, at least in his older years, or at least in his younger years, his flow style was. I got so many. I think because I'm also influenced by Tech Nine. The way he internally rhymes is crazy to me, and it pisses me off because it's like I want that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what I want. Like my favorite song from Tech to this day is "He's a Mental Giant," and then in that second verse, he was like narcissistic, hard to grip it, dark and wicked. And that entire verse, and then he jumped back to it, and I was like, oh, and I was so angry.
Yeah.
I was so angry.
I'm a fan of Tech 9, man.
Tech 9 is like I said, I'm familiar with. I respect. I just need to listen more, but I'm definitely familiar.
Yeah, I didn't get put on Tech 9 until I went to Missouri. Somebody, I had went to Missouri for Job Corps, and somebody put them on me. And then, even then, when I learned about it, I didn't fully pay attention until I came back to Detroit. Then I was like, yo, I remember listening to Tech 9, and I thinking it was cool, so I'm listening to his songs and stuff, and I'm like, he's a mental giant, and that struck me. I was like, oh, no. And then I found out he was also like a speed rapper, so I was inspired by that. What's the third one I can get that I can pull from? Because it changes all the time. You know what? I kind of want to say T-Pain, but I also want to say Ludacris too.
Okay.
I don't think Ludacris gets a lot of the
he was
respect
my
he
favorite
deserves.
in 2001.
He was my
I was
favorite
like 9, yeah.
I like Ludacris a lot because
he's a legend too.
Because he's also malleable and he can also change his the way he presents himself. And
That's a good rapper. Like that. Bop and lyrical.
Yeah.
Legend for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I also like I think T-Pain's just dope. Okay. That's just it. I just think he's just dope.
I don't even know if I could. Well, I guess
he's the king of remixes to me.
But he can make anything. Yeah. No. I just saw like y'all seen like that clip of him performing at the Soul Train Awards.
I saw it very briefly. Yeah. I did not watch the whole thing.
So my wife was watching it, but I didn't like watch it in person. But I could just hear every song, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, hit, and it's all songs you would know.
Yeah,
like that's how good he or featured on.
Yeah, whatever he was featured on, it was obviously a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, he was the feature king for a while. Yeah. If you want to hit, call T-Pain.
No doubt.
I almost had a chance to meet him, man. This close, man. We sitting outside of DJ Big Boy or Little Boy. Which one is it? Big Boy, Little Boy. It's DJ Little Boy, right? I don't know. Whatever his DJ name is. When I was living in Tallahassee, a guy that worked for FAMU, he was an up and coming singer. He had done some work for him. He used to record there. So he came pick us up. He was like, "Yeah, he'd be in a little bit." And we sitting there, in the car smoking, waiting on him. And he's taking so long to get there. He's like, "Man, I'm trying to go make some money, man. I'm stupid." But yeah, that was exciting times, man. For me, so it's top 3.
So wait, hold on. Top 3 is so that kind of sounded like a favorite.
Yeah, favorite.
So those 3 are my all time, but not my favorite. Just you know what I'm saying? I know you're about to go.
I don't have any all times.
Oh,
they're people I like.
I can't choose.
They're like one and the same.
3 people to say like over everybody, no matter what. These are the 3 I'm gonna choose because things are changing. There's a lot of new people I'm hearing. Is like, bro, if this dude stay consistent, like Akeem Ali, have y'all heard of him?
I've heard his name. I've never heard his song. I've heard his name before.
He did a song under an alias called Kimi Casanova when he was like, "I'm a pimp in a nice skin, grips and ice, be in your kitchen making grits and putting dick in your wife." Like he got some bars, but his flow is I don't know, man. It's so crazy. He's so crazy with it, but he be hitting metaphor similes. Like boys be hitting so hard. So I give him a lot of respect, but if I would say my favorite 3 that I can like put on and listen to, and like no matter what album I go to, no matter what mixtape, it will definitely be Pac, Andre, and Big Crit. And if I could choose 4, it'd be Eminem because I probably know more Eminem songs than anything. But I do feel like his skin color had a lot to do with his success. I'm not saying, not trying to be that guy.
I wouldn't disagree.
I do say that, and but I'm not taking anything away from his talent.
Everything he got is well deserved.
Yeah,
right.
He's very talented.
It makes sense for sure.
But I do also think like.
But we'd be lying if we said it didn't play.
Yeah, because it's people that are as good that never got a chance.
I think like that dictated his lyrics too. And kind of like we were saying in the beginning, I just think like
there's a few times where he said it in his own words.
He's like black people music to get wealthy. Well, here's a concept.
You feel me? But he was still talking about his mama living the trap part, all that. And that's a different part of the culture where it could be appealing to us. Be like, he got bars, but he ain't even from. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But then he had that as well as. Like the other races that would be like, oh yeah, like he rapping, so I'm gonna listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think it just by the color of our skin, it's harder to reach that white audience, and not let it be, a white person that heard hip hop and maybe liked it, but they're like, I don't like them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let a white person come along like, oh, they, it's gonna make it easier for them because they already got a crowd of people that they can reach that we can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess
as far as acceptance.
Yeah. As far as acceptance,
No doubt.
But so.
But
Andre and Big Crit.
I would say like my favorite, like I'm listening to right now, like y'all ever heard of Rock Marciano?
I've heard his name. I don't think I've heard. I don't think I've heard his song.
Listen to that dude, bro. Listen to maybe Marciano. But damn near everything he raps like I'll put it like this. He used to run with Flip Mode Squad and Busta Rhymes in like 04.
I just seen an interview with Busta Rhymes earlier this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope interview. Super cool interview. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very recent. He was talking about his life and growing up and
see, that's what I want to hear.
How he got into music and how I know he was going through like some health issues. He was talking about his health stuff. Super dope interview. Super dope.
His Drink Champs was good. I saw that too.
Okay.
It was good. But
Busta Rhymes is up there for me too, actually.
Oh, legend, no doubt. And survived decades. So you can't take no away from OGP.
I just listened to his new album too. I think it's
He has a
dope.
new album? I didn't know he had one.
Yeah, Blockbuster. It came out not that long ago.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out.
Not that long. He's got some of his kids is with him on the song.
It's fire. Can't beat that.
Yeah, and the producers were Timberland, Pharrell, and who else? Somebody else, and it's a pioneer.
Two of my favorites off top. Pharrell, man, he really did help shape the way I make beats, especially with that 4-count measure intro. Yeah.
Start.
I started.
It's Timberland and Pharrell.
That's why I say Pac had a lot of influence on my rap too, because how you start off. Somebody tell me how many.
When you say coming from the underground, hit it for the surface. Not perfect. And I'm like, he sound like Pac, bro. I was thinking that because I noticed how you pay attention to the volume and your cadence and the melody in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And Pac drag his words out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, any compliments to the music, man, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I meant to do that. Nah, I just really wanted to have that old school feel for that particular song. Man.
It's definitely there, bro.
Were there any artists that had said like a line or like a bar that made you angry? Like, that made you wish that you thought about it? Because, recently, like with the whole Lil Wayne thing, like he came out with a song and Eminem like posted something on Twitter or something like that. He was like, damn, I wish I came up with that line. So, and that, that feels like that's like the highest accolade you can give to somebody. Yeah. So was there ever like a line that you came across, like even for me, it was like, he's a mental giant, that second verse? I was like, oh my God, I'm so mad.
All the time, man. We just got so much stuff, man. You said, I go by Weezy FD, that's who I be. You don't want to lose me like new ID. I'm like, oh, that's on my say. Like, it's simple, but it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I beat up the track like a new Ali. And leaving eye black or blue and green. Yeah, they tell me I can do it, just do it clean.
Yeah.
I'm from the dirty south, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But I'm not from the dirty south. I live in the dirty south,
But the wordplay just crazy.
So much from Weezy.
I think there's this other guy I'm listening to now. His name is Ransom. He make music with y'all ever heard of Rome Streets? Underground rapper. He kind of Griselda affiliated as well.
Okay.
But man, I think y'all would like his music. But it's this song that I found on 2K like a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's called Rooftop Sermons. But he started out, and he like older, I think too. But it sounds like some old, like I don't know, G Unit underground like Lox type approach. But he say, what he say? He's like, I was listening to it on the way here. He said, not too many blessed with this corner vision. Don't give them knowledge, give them more decisions, poor decisions. Mama couldn't pay, so I told them pray for the Lord's assistance. They bought a soul, so they bought some Christians. Louboutin, who's LeBron? Shut up, dribble, nigga. We lost resistance. My soul beating through the darkest distance. I'm like, what the fuck? And he was like conversing. He was like, I can't remember, but like the line with the LeBron line, and because of the shut up and dribble, and I was like, because LeBron like my favorite rapper too, like. That was just one of the more recent songs, but this happened to me for sure.
And to think, Big Crit, man, I keep going to the same people because this is what I listen to the most.
Yeah.
But Big Crit, he had a line where he said, trying to decode all these secrets. My conversations with God always seem to leave him speechless. Believing when I was at my worst, like, we gotta make this work. My girl found time to leave me. Too broke to get it fucked, though. Yeah, like, stuff like that, bro. I'm like, yes, because I feel that, bro. Like,
I love him.
Yeah.
What was one? What did he say? What did he say? Two hoods with 24 foes like a clone Kobe Bryant? What? That's on the Hard Part 2 on Overly Dedicated. That was his mixtape before that was, you got that, then Section 80, then Good Kid, Mad City.
Wow.
And like, yeah, that whole intro, I can't remember. But yeah, he said, 2 hoods with 24 foes like a clone Kobe Bryant. I was like, yeah.
That man, Mo Weezy, bro.
See,
that whole show me what you got. I wish I wrote. I ain't saying Sub-Zero flow how you want me, man. They can get over here like Scorpion. I'm like, all right, man. I can't even say that. Nah, not one of the reference that I can't.
He was like, I don't really want to, but these niggas make me put the motherfucker on ice like the Baker Leagues.
Yeah.
That's a hockey team. And I ain't on the hockey team, but I'm a champion. Where's the fucking hockey thing?
Okay.
Damn, rest in peace, Apollo Creed. I'm a monster. Every day is Halloween. I remember that, like, from when I heard it, I was like, that taught, like you said, that teaches me how to, like, not even knowing what you doing, when you doing, like, rappers, bro. We educating people, like, dog. That taught me how to understand that literary structure, bro.
Yeah.
And makes you think, like, Apollo Creed, Maple Leaf, hockey, that's, I don't know, man. Like, subconsciously, we really teaching each other to do that shit. That's why I love rap, too. Like, and Wayne, you smart. You got a degree in psychology or something?
Yeah,
I think so.
And don't you have an English degree or something like that too? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Listen, somebody told me. I don't know for sure. I got to second check that. Double fact check.
Oh, yeah, is another one I listen to a lot.
Oh yeah, man. We can't. Oh, we always got to give it up for Kanye, but we can't talk about Kanye right now, man. We got to wait for his drama.
Yeah, I kind of stopped after like late registration. No, after 808s and Heartbreaks. I think that was the last time I listened to it. No, I listened to Kanye all the way through 808s and Heartbreaks, and then I was like, because on 808s and Heartbreaks, it felt so different. Like you could tell he was hurt, and I'm like, and then after hearing what he was doing then, and I was like, nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I feel that. You know what's crazy?
But there's still like a few songs later that I liked.
It's like with that though, and like he my favorite artist, like not rapper but artist. Like, that just decided to do art because he's not afraid to experiment. And like one thing, my thoughts about 808s was like, I remember it came out and I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is he not rapping like College Dropout, all that?
Right.
But then that was like the introduction to this whole new era of music we got now. Like, what don't sound like 808s now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even like the newer rappers, you know what I'm saying? That the 808s that be like in music, you feel me? Like, or people that sound like, you know, like you can hear your Travis Scott's, your Uzis, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever, like, or that wave.
Yeah.
I think like, but if you turn it on now, it still hit different, you know. But yeah, man, Kanye, I think like we were saying, you got a lot of stuff going on personally, but I think for me with a lot of art, like, you know, I can't judge people like personally. You know what I'm saying? I can only judge what you give me listen to music. So.
Yeah. I was a big Lupe Fiasco fan too at some point, man. I mean, we used to have that Free Chili on repeat. I used to date a chick that like Lupe a lot.
You know, he teaches.
He teaches at a school. I saw one of his seminars on YouTube, and I was learning. I was like, bruh, like he's dropping knowledge.
What is he talking about? What is he speaking about?
I had listened to it about months ago, but he was talking about how rap structure is and certain sound. The same thing we were talking about just now.
The same
thing we were talking about just now. But how you articulate certain words and put them together and stuff like that.
And how you, like a lot of rappers, like we're saying, don't really know that's what we're doing. And if we could find a way to harness that and teach it to people, and like we were talking about trends and stuff, that would be the beginning of that. You know what I'm saying? I think that wave, because it's like when people find out the abilities through. Like for me, when I found out, I was like, damn, alliteration. That's okay. Like he's talking about stuff like that, and then there's an interview where he talks about the course that's there, and he's just talking. He kind of was saying, well, I got that from him. Just like a lot of us be doing stuff, we're gonna be knowing that no, we're actually like writing like damn near haikus right now. You know what I'm saying? And don't even know like it's 5, 7, 5 syllable wise.
Right.
But it's like that's just what you just did. You know what I'm saying? So like if we were able to be educated on that tip, like what would the game look like then? And I think
And he was talking about certain philosophies of hip hop and stuff.
I thought that was dope.
The thing is, I think it's good for people like us to get into that, but I don't think it's necessary for the art. And I say this because when I tell people this, like, even if you don't have the best quality stuff to use what you can. You take advantage of the free resources and get your stuff out there, because the average fan isn't like listening. Oh, he's off key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just trying to get the vibe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you don't make music for other music creators. You make music for fans. So don't go so hard on yourself when it comes to like the quality, because the consistency is gonna build the quality. Yeah. You know, that song "Some Way" that I was just playing earlier. It's coming out December 19th, by the way. Check that out, and the video. But with that particular song, I did that back in 2015 with a beat that I got off YouTube, and it was kind of the same way. It was one way then, but now that I made my own beat for it and was able to redo the song, it just has a whole different, life to it, so to speak. I'm sorry, I got so much on my mind that I want to kind of touch on. Losing different tracks, but I don't think it's necessary for everybody. That's why at the beginning, like, niggas wasn't really paying for studio time after, you go to like Blockwork. I stopped dealing with him because our quality wasn't as good as his quality, and we paying you for it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when I just went to him last year because my dad. I told you about the situation. My dad ended up linking up with him to do the soundtrack for the TV show 313 versus Everybody.
Yeah.
And he didn't know we already knew each other. And my dad, he's telling me like, we want to get this done professionally and this and that and that and this. And we get there, we show up, we see this nigga. I'm like, well, my experience is above his. Like, why are we here? Like, you can give me the money that you paying him, go get some equipment, and we can do it ourselves. Mm-hmm. But when I talk to Blockwork about it, I'm like, man, I ain't never talked to you about this, but the reason why I stopped dealing with you is because when we was coming, I was under contract. I was paying you, I think it was like $250 a month for 16 studio hours, or I can trade in 4 hours for a beat. And I actually just found a copy of the contract. It's one right up there. Okay. But I was telling him, but his point was, when you record songs for other people, is it going to be the same as how you recorded it for yourself? And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, yeah, you are right, because I know what I want my song to sound like. I know, and a lot of times some stuff be trial and error. I try some new stuff and stuff like that. So he was like, it's not impossible, but it's very hard for me if you don't vividly describe and communicate what your vision is and exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? So we was like showing up, recording. We sound good. All right, yeah, we out. You know what I'm saying?
There was no communication as to what you wanted to sound like.
I didn't have the knowledge then of what it was, like, why it sound crappy like this, bro. Yeah. Like, why don't, it's like, there's no effects in it or nothing like that. I didn't know back then, but listen to it now, I know exactly what I want added to these songs, but I can do it all myself. I'm not going to nobody else.
Right.
But dealing with him put a bad taste in my mouth, paying all that money to studio time, and then not getting the quality that people was telling me you go to the studio. I'm like, I'm going to the studio. I'm not getting it still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what motivated me to learn myself. But same thing, man. Like, I listen to a lot of my songs, and that's because I'm not rushing myself. If I record a song for especially new clients or new upcoming younger people, they be, when is the song will be finished, or when can you send it to me? I can send it to you right now if you want it, with the mix that you got. You're not paying me to mix and master it.
Right.
I'm just doing this out the generosity of my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that plays a lot of it into it too. But I always go hard for other people's stuff. Like, if I pay you some of the stuff I did for Lucas Wavy and stuff like that, you will hear some effects and stuff that I do that I don't even do on my stuff. But that's because when I'm delivering and recording my stuff, I do it a certain way so I know how I want it to sound. And if I don't like it, I just redo it right then and there, or, I sit on it. I was sitting on 8 billion for 3 years now. I just released it, and it's a lot to do with that,
Yeah.
I don't think people should rush. Like, if you got something and you know it's going to be a gem, or you feel like it's going to be something, reflect on it a little bit. But
I think that's okay, because I know with sorry to interrupt, but I think I know I had listened to a Chris Brown interview a while back for the "Look at Me Now" song. He said he's been sitting on that for like a year and a half before he actually did anything with it. And then he said at first he did the entire song on his own, and then later he contacted Wayne and Busta, and then that's how that song. And then after that, I don't remember any specifics, but then I think after a while he put it out, but he was still sitting on it after everything was done. So like, because originally he said he was going to put it out on a mixtape.
Okay.
And then it moved into an album.
Have you ever started a song that you didn't want to finish yourself? Like you maybe started something like, man, I think this would be better if somebody else had a take on this.
I had a semblance of that feeling.
Okay.
But I don't really make beats, so I don't really have that kind of mentality. And I try to write, but I know where my weaknesses are too. So I try to write the whole thing on my own, and I know there's like a certain point where it's just not gonna. Or
How
I'm gonna
often are you writing full songs?
It depends on how motivated I am. Okay. It depends. Sometimes I do a verse, and then that'll just be it. So that's why I've been mostly sticking to like the open verses ones.
Yeah,
because I can do a verse and that's fine. But if I wanted to do a whole song, definitely, you know, I would have to, you know.
I have a challenge that I give people that, you know, want to write more or get in the habit of writing more. Remember I was telling you about the 21-day rule. I did this thing for a while where I would write 8 bars a day. And whether I liked it or loved it, sometimes it'll be more than 8 bars, because when you in a zone, you're in a zone. But I know I made it my goal to make sure that by the end of the day I had at least 8 bars. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you can always go back and check stuff, and some stuff I never use. You know what I'm saying? And when the duets start coming up, the open verse challenges, I start pulling some of those out, some of those old verses that I wasn't using, or like them 8 bar challenges and stuff like that.
I think I write verses with the intent to use it. Like I never not try to use it, and that's probably something I should do, just to write a verse. But normally I don't write anything unless I intend to put it on something.
Yeah, see, I'm different because I'll have an idea for something and I'll start it, and then by the time the recording start, it's a whole different song. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've done that many times to where, you know, I have 4 different verses for this one song that only require 2 verses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I did multiple versions of the same song just to see how, you know, feel.
Bro. Yeah, I like right now I'm sitting on like some songs that I have been working on since I say like maybe 2020ish. For me, like it really slowed down. Like my brother passed away, my cousin. But I'm sorry to that, man. Respect, thank you, but you know, so it was kind of, for me, it was like, you know, I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna enjoy music again. Like that's how it was for me. And then I started listening to Currency. It was one song I just wanted to hear. It took like 2 weeks and then forget. And then once I listened to that, I was able to start like listening again. And then I started listening to other stuff, and I said, okay, well, then we got the stimmies, and I'm like, okay, let me invest in myself, and I bought the mic. Now, mind you, like when we was talking about like your experience with your engineer before, and like you didn't know, you know what I'm saying, certain things you communicate to him now that can give you what you want, you know what I'm saying, and that's kind of like with what I was saying, like with the MIT thing, like if we could learn, you know what I'm saying, certain, like that might enhance us, you know what I'm saying, but like you said, I don't think it's necessary because we can still create, you know what I'm saying, regardless. But like for me, I think like when I was trying to come up with newer stuff, like one of my homeboys, his name is my brother's not my homeboys, my brother's. His name is Lord Gully, he a producer. And I was making music with him like before my bro passed, even though I was in the group. But like he still sent me beats, so I would start trying to write again, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So and I was able to, and then I was able to come up with about like over the course of the years, like maybe like 10 songs, I'll say, that I ended up finishing myself, like that are full length, like with 216s, a bridge, a concept type. And it kind of like, for me, I had to like really decide on what I wanted to talk about, because like my life has changed so much. And like what I meant to tell you yesterday, like you spit something to me that was kind of like a motivational content subject matter in the verse. It was like you showing me a song you got. I think it's the one you about to. Or
In
you
some
working
way,
on.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
yes.
done. The video done for it and everything.
Yes. And like I have a song, I call it Champagne Campaign, right? But it's about us, like the feeling we have going after, like, okay, so when we win the championship, we pop champagne. But what we got to do to get to that champagne, we got to hustle, we got to work. And I kind of like correlated it in the concept of like me working every day, like the workforce, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I may be getting inspired to write and make stuff like that, but I haven't dropped it yet. You know, I'm just sitting on it, and like kind of what you said, like I'm not rushing because I'm making it for me. But like if I get a song, like I'm working on a feature, that's the only thing I want to work on now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I have a goal for it.
And that's how I feel about this song. But go ahead.
Yes, no doubt. And it's like you were saying, I think it's just really dependent on like what's happening in my life. You know what I'm saying? At that time, like hip hop being an extension of me, I still gotta handle my life. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like as artists, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, like you know what I'm saying, and, or maybe sometimes not too much pressure, not enough pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because it can become toxic. But like naturally as rappers, we want to be able to like say what we want and do what we want. But sometimes
I think I'm past. Yeah, I think I'm past the even just like writer's block or just not having nothing to talk about. I feel like I want to be more careful what I talk about being a man of God now. You know, it's some stuff I would like. Excuse me, my bad. The song Slide I got. I won't make another song like that. You know what I'm saying? That's very vulgar. It's a club song, but it has its point. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, after my distribution is up for this next year, I'm probably not going to renew those songs because I have so much of a new spiritual journey, and the music I have now is more of like the motivational lyrical bops. And that's why I was saying like about this new song, that's Some Way. People are really resonating with that song. Like even just the contents of the lyrics, it's a song about hardships and living on somebody's couch. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure it out while you living on somebody's couch. And so many people can relate to that. Yes. But I've been getting so many messages and shares and a lot of people asking, is it out yet and stuff like that. So I'm like, I know it's serving its purpose.
That's what makes it great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you can identify the purpose of your art.
Yeah.
And then that helps you, you know what I'm saying, know that somebody can use that. And I think like that, like hip hop, man, that's part of the gift in it. Like for me, like a lot of times, like the thing that helped me get through school is Tough Ass Day or like Tough Ass Day After Work was me turning to my favorite song.
Yeah.
It helped me know how to think about what's happening in front of me right now. So like that, like you thinking in that way, how many people need to hear that? You know what I'm saying? And that's why like that's neat. Like 3 Stacks say we need healing. Them the type of raps we need. That's why I'm like, bro, he can do it. Like what you just said. Now 3 Stacks, you say that, but tell me it from your perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? To see what gems take away from that. But yeah, man.
That's why
music saves.
I think people too need to make sure you enjoying it and having fun with your art. Like,
I think that's what's most important to me. I want to be
Yeah.
able to enjoy it.
And I can hear it in your
doing
flow because, like you say, you playful with it. You Mario Luigi, like stuff like I still remember stuff like that. Like a lot of that stuff hits, man. And I want like you can have meaningful lyrics and make it fun for people. You know what I'm saying? I did this a promo song, and I'm actually doing I wrote the hook for it. It's an R&B hook, and I'm gonna have Leah sing on it, and it's called That Energy. But I did a promo for it last December and dropped it. So I was into the actual whole R&B song, but this song is more up tempo. It's the same hook I'm gonna use. I made my own beat, but it's more of a up tempo. And the hook is I don't want to try to sing it hard. I ain't got that energy, but I can go all day. I'm cool on negativity, don't even come my way. Got the mindset of a king, so everything I do I slay. Although I'm going through it, I'm still smiling through the pain. I said that I ain't got that energy. I ain't got that energy, that energy. And see, it has some meaning to it, but when you hear the beat that goes with it, it's a little faster. Like,
see that cadence, it sound, it making it joke because it sound like a fun song to sing, but even your content, your messaging.
Exactly, but like I said, it's gonna be R&B, so it is gonna be slowed down when we do the official song. So it's not even gonna be as fast as I just try to demo it to you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little slower than that. Still have the meanings, but with that up tempo song, people might hear because a lot of times people take the slow songs, speed them up and put them on TikTok so people can do their dances to them and all that. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna beat y'all to the punch. Let me go ahead. But I do think people should enjoy and not overthink it, and I'm a big advocate of not overthinking things now.
Yeah, so am I.
I've always been an overthinker, bro. Like and it's crazy, and people think overthinking is as something as simplistic as like what's a good example of what people would think over? Because when I had this conversation with Leah, but it's not
necessarily. And I'm glad you're saying this because this is something I want to learn.
Yeah,
it can be putting too much on.
Yeah, and thinking about unnecessary effects of things. Like so, I may be thinking. Yeah, exactly. So things that are very unlikely to happen, and you still.
But running with that energy, like that's what's going to happen.
And then that adds to the anxiety and the stress.
Yeah.
So, like an example would be like, okay, I gotta write this, but how am I gonna write it? What bars is gonna get put together? How is it gonna sound like? How am I gonna sound like on the mic? Am I too high? Am I too low? Am I messing up? Is it doing it? And so it's just like,
man, and you don't know until you just get out there and do it.
Yeah. So I got two questions. I want to pick your producer brain. So going back to the mixing and mastering bit, right? As a producer, you've worked with a lot of other artists, myself included. Were there times where you've heard a person rap enough to where you kind of get a feel of what may sound good for them? Because like you said, you know what you want, and you've heard me rap enough times, so you could probably like turn a thing to be like, okay, I think it'll sound better this way.
Yes. Yes, like if also. It really, for me, now, all it takes is, like, just time. So, once I know what you want, because a lot of people, same thing when I was talking about block work, like, we don't know how to effectively communicate what it is we want in our vision. My bad, I've been talking to y'all, Mike. But they don't know how to effectively communicate, or, they don't know the technical things. Yeah. So, a lot of times they don't know what they want. They don't know what's going to sound good.
Right.
And I might hear something like, all right, we're going to break the beat right there because that bar you just said hit so many hard. Yeah.
Yeah, says something like that I wouldn't be able to pick
and
up.
Even songs I've never been on, I like to go hard for people because I want people to return to me for one.
Yeah.
And it's just the experience of, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't sound like that. I made him sound like that.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. But
so then for you, because you were also talking about how you was one way like before, but now your journey's different, right? So was there ever like a verse or like a song that you did in your earlier career that you was like, I'm not messing with that no more. Like I'm on a different vibe. Because I know for me personally, back on I keep going back to the open verse thing. It was a open verse that I did when I first got on TikTok, like back like a couple years ago, and the subject matter was the girlfriend left, and I'm trying to get her back. And there was a line in there that I don't agree with today. Was me saying that I will change myself in order to make this work. And now my mind is, I don't think that's necessarily helpful. If I have to change myself in order to make something work, then it's not real. Right. So
I don't know.
No one changed you would have to. No one really changes themselves unless it's absolutely necessary. Unless it's absolutely necessary for survival, or like if you really want to do it. Yeah.
I would say me, like, my first project I dropped, Late Nights in Traffic Lights, was with my group. We was kind of rapping like, how can I say it, like you heard the Cool Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
them like my goats.
Bro, that's the song I was quoting that I'm from the dirty south. I don't know what that means. That's a song with the cool kids. Getting it, working and getting. Getting it. He did 3 verses.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Dang, I ain't never heard him talking about Wayne.
Yeah, we did the cool kids, bro. I got home play.
And you call yourself a fan,
Right? You told me so. See, the beauty of hip hop, man. That's what. But and then like, so like. We dropped another tape called Office Hours. We was getting older, and it was like, all right, I know this is what I want to do with my job. As a job for the rest of my life, we called it Office Hours. So we put in work in the office, but they kind of had more of like almost like a jazzy sound, I guess, with hip hop. Coney Run was kind of a little more like a city song, I would say, but it was not production wise, but like content wise, lyrically. And I was talking about like, you know what I'm saying. Of course, like my style at that time, we rap about like our clothes, you know what I'm saying, rap about things we want to do, rap about women heavily, you know what I'm saying, fucking the whole shit like that. Excuse me, but just saying like, now though, married man, changed, I'm grown, you feel me? Me as a person and what I want to perpetuate has changed. So like, I can come up with a line about, you know what I'm saying, for example, like my yays or something like that. You know, but it's like, what is that doing for you in that moment?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you taking the time to listen to me in your life. Like, that's how I'm approaching music. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, that was something that took me a while to even, like, understand. Because if I'm going to do it, like, we talk about having fun, like, that would be fun to me. Yeah. Like, I can, you know, recite whatever, but I want to be able to leave an impression on somebody, something they take away, just like any other conversation I have with somebody. So I would say, like, now, I'll say, okay, like, for example, like, one of my older verses, I was like, hop out with the number 9, back up like your fucking spine, boy, this verse a headshot, bet it blow your fucking mind, type of rhymes, how you feel like I was flipping pies, all this drive, I can lift the Uber check with Enterprise, pull off in the coupe, T-tops in the roof, and my chain, sicker than almost caught the flu. Yeah, it's true. The crew crack rose bottles like we hit the bottle with my motto. I'm ahead of my time. I'll be born tomorrow like Moscato. I'm better with age. I can leave you in the maze. Some you can't follow like a private page. Call for aid. Children that I never raised. Son niggas never raised. Son niggas never made. Curtain for y'all niggas when I'm throwing shade. Watch how I stack and save. Both these raps I made. I'm coming with more crack than that chicken from Captain J. So back away. Yeah, the truth hurts, but my nigga the stacks pay. Connect to every dollar like the 6% tax rate. Okay. Right? So, but you see all the profane language I had. Now I'm like, I don't want to do that. So,
but I feel like that's not even that
right?
bad,
but
man.
I mean, to be fair, I've heard worse.
But no, and this is something for me older. Like, I got, bro, one of my songs, my hook with my cousins come around the corner and flashing with my niggas and your bitches on my dick because I'm fucking with a sister. But the shit was cold. Yeah. So I'm like, you know, and that's what I was on then. But now, me even challenging myself and what makes it fun for me is I told myself I won't cuss no more on my raps. Yeah. Okay. Like if we chopping it, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's me. But like what I perpetuate and what I'm gonna put out, I'm even just on the basis of who I am and what I want to do, but also just I'm better than that. Like I feel like sometimes like profane language can be placement for the word sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or attention getters. So and I think we had this convo before, but like now I got like a rap I'm working on seeing muscle car flex when I pull up. With more dripped in the drunk with a full cup. Gang for them lane players messing all the rules up. Name ring bells, sent them home like when school's up. Too tough. Airflow to this too much. Rare dough like dollars worth $2. Nuke'Em is the bonfire first till we blew up. Whole circle going that next, making crew cuts. Okay. So like, but then that was no cussing though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I wanted to drop that like before I drop some songs, but so you know, it's just really. For me, it depends on the stage where I'm at in life. Like, I want to be able to put it out and be like, yeah, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, and I don't even care. Like, we was talking about previous music too. Like me, like, yeah, I still own up to that though. That's me. That's my art. And at the end of the day, like everybody do say, you can't judge it's my art.
Actually, I think that's pretty commendable and pretty dope because that's something that I probably am going to want to get to at some point, to not cuss in rap. I mean, I still do, barely. But I only really cuss in songs if because I feel like the word is much more is needed in that point. Like I don't even cuss in regular conversations unless you know,
Yeah.
I either get really excited or if the situation
Well, I do,
calls
so
for
fuck
it.
them and fuck you too.
Right. But no, I get what you were saying because there was a point in time.
I was thinking about that not so long.
Yeah, there was a point in time where I was saying like obscene lyrics just for the sake of being, just for the sake of being obscene.
I'm there too.
I don't write with the intent to cuss either. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Nah.
Yeah, sometimes
that's
again,
what it be a lot of times too.
if
So I feel that.
I try not to use cuss words to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Or in my hooks
Like nigga,
now.
trigger,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
I don't think I've
yeah.
ever used cuss words to
Yeah.
rhyme.
Well, I say nigga.
I'm not
quite
sure.
a bit,
Did I?
but
I don't
I
think
have.
so.
I got a song called Taxing. Nigga, I'm taxing.
Yeah.
Bitches, I'm taxing. If you ain't got the money, don't come around axing. You better get hip, little nigga. I'm taxing.
Okay.
But see, you like talking though. You feel me? So I feel that.
But see, and that was, I don't even think I cussed in the verses though. Like, but you saying like your junk is not nearly as vulgar as mine was, bro.
Oh,
I got a
okay.
song. Hold on.
That's just one of them though. You know.
I got a song. Hold on. It's a song called Slide, bro, with Chris. I said, now it's time to get funky. Tell her, baby, let me see that monkey. She said that she don't do this on a Sunday, but what about a Monday? I'm just trying to get up in there one day feeling hungry. I'ma eat it like a Sunday, but don't be overthinking. Don't be second guessing after teasing. I'ma nibble on that cookie like a baby while it's teasing. It ain't for no reason. They identify me as a heathen. I'ma eat it, baby, right before the beating. Tell her don't run. Facts, I ain't second to none, but it's the truth that I ain't never been the one to play with you rejects. I dropped out of school cause of recess. I'm the only child my mama labeled a defect. So are we finished or we done? I'm bound to catch a bag even when I spit for fun. So I'm gonna throw that cash if that ass is going dumb. As long as I'm single, I'm gonna have a little fun. Then the course is I'm trying to slide and beat the pussy from the side, and my homeboy come in. I never leave the coochie on decline, even if it's worldwide. Shit, hell no, I don't mind eating pussy. That ain't never been a crime. But the whole song is vulgar as hell.
Yeah.
But
Create, bro. That's my thing. Like even if I'm saying it's not, I might change my mind in a week. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I enjoy about it. Like do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just something I told myself. You know, so like if you think about that and it don't come out that way, still so what? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like like you say, you just let the music tell you what to say. So I don't know if I would, but I might. I don't know. But right now, that's just how I'm
That's what you
trying to
want.
myself.
That's what you want.
yeah.
That's dope.
And also had verses that was like off the charts that I didn't cuss in at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, all right, man, I'm proud of myself.
Whatever it don't come out when you cook it, man.
Yeah.
Still tastes good. Still
I
eat.
feel like people shouldn't think too hard about it, but
Yeah,
like
just
we were
enjoy
saying,
it.
we do have a image, like outside of the music as men, being leaders and things of that, and there's certain things I don't want to portray or put out there. And I do want people to understand, like, if I do say those things, it's out of entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not out here really trying to, hit nobody, baby mama or nothing like that.
Right.
I mean, maybe back in the day, I'm not gonna say nothing that I hadn't experienced though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's
so
that's okay, bro. I think like you said, we just can't police ourselves. Too much,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like just coming from an honest place, like ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me?
But I know for a fact that if I say something and it hit me like, oh man, no, I can't do that. I don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I done had a couple lines. I'm like, man.
Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I did use a cuss word to rap. Well, it wasn't really a cuss word. I kind of believe. What was it? Once again, back is the incredible. But Max is back with some snacks and a stereo. Back in the lab to rap and feel special. Just in case y'all snap or forget me, though. Trying to rap circles around 3 rappers. Rap triangles around 3 a-holes. I'll be more than happy to give people facials. Stretching faces out till they look like rectangles. You see the shape, the geometry's clear. What was it? I'll squash the world flat from the shape of a sphere. You're so obtuse. The way... Oh no! It was a Baki pickle bar in there somewhere too. But yeah, I do remember.
I enjoy you know what I'm saying, cause that the vocab, you know what I'm saying. You want to put stuff like, you know what I'm saying. I think that could be what like newer rap sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just rap about anything, bro. I know we keep going back 3 seconds, but literally, you know what I'm saying. Like it doesn't, and I think that's what hinders hip hop, bro. It don't gotta be just this, or like I know how, you know what I'm saying, things are sounding on, radio now or large or whatever, you feel me? But it's like you can rap about anything.
Yeah, you can, but I still feel like you should have something to say. I don't agree with that. Just don't rap about you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
for no reason.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you rap to me about like your take on, I don't know, a business, or because like I put you like this, because this is what I think too. Like as rappers, we're salesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like we branding ourselves. You know what I mean? And it's like what we put out is the product people take, and that's how they go on perceive us and perceive our product, which is our music. So it's like if I'm putting out a product that I know will add value to you, like for your mental health, you know what I'm saying? Or if I told you about how my day was, but then how I responded to it, that might help you one day. You know what I'm saying? So that might help my bad. That might just help you one day. You know what I'm saying? So I think it really just depends on reason, but not just chop on. Because then that's why we at where we at now. Like anybody saying anything for no reason, it's just like, hold on, why are you saying?
Now, when the bars hit though, I don't necessarily believe like you should get on here and necessarily like everything has to be like positive or something.
Oh, yeah,
like if you have something like, cause sometimes the bars, like I have some sweet bars I want to put together.
I think that's something that I personally enjoy most about hip hop is that I can talk about myself if I want to, but also if depending on the subject matter, I can portray a character and really fit that role. Or even like when I said about the me trying to get a girl back, I was single at the time, but I was in that mode at like, I'm trying to get her back or whatever. So I think that's super dope.
I think like it's just a result of thought too, or your thoughts about something that allows you to become like more animated if you want. You know what I'm saying? Or like, cause one thing when we talking about Busta Rhymes, he said in the Drink Champs interview, he's like, reason he like being a rapper is cause, bro, once you in that booth and you in front of that mic don't judge you. It can't. It literally can't. It's obviously, but
they say your mercy.
Your mercy. That's your mic. If he was like, if I want to go in the booth and be Superman, I can be Superman. We can. And we was talking about Slim Shady before. Slim, like for example, Slim Shady was like a representation. Like he could be theatrical, he could be serious, he could be crazy, he could be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think like at the end of the day, what we're doing in that booth is literally like what we doing right now. We just got the mic in front of us, but it's performing art. Like the performing arts, the category of art, performing art. That's what we're doing. That's what rap is. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, it's like you might be saying this one day, but then on the tip of just being able to express yourself on poetry, fuck it, I'm gonna say this because this bitch happy, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I think like you said, not overthinking it though, just having fun. You know what I'm saying? But if you have an intent, that can be fun. Too depending on what you want to do. It can just be whatever.
That's one thing I preach when I got people coming to record, man. Because a lot of times, people get caught up in that, I got to do it perfect. I'm such an engineer, like, man, let it out, and so I know exactly what's wrong, like what you can improve on, to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously, but the reason I say that is because I remember you talking about Pharrell earlier. He said that's what he does. Like when he produces, records people, and I've been paying attention to that based off like what music sounds like from different people he collab with. But he says where he goes off of, Lee was on his Drink Champs too, or another interview he has, one of his interviews. But he talked. If you were to do a session with Pharrell, he gonna ask you how you feel that day, what you thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we can do. We can run off that. We can make something off that. You think about like the song you got. I'll say classic, no doubt. Gwen Stefani, you know what I'm saying? To think about stuff you got with like the clips, Beyonce, it be all kind of intentional, but it's like something we can all correlate from off a field because he produced based off how they felt when they went in. Because then, like you say, your client come in and they making a song about love, but they pissed. So tell me what it is. Okay, then now maybe, let's do this with this. Let me change this synth here and make it sound a little more ominous and bring that out. And now if we want to go back, we can. But and now we got something we didn't even know he's gonna have. That's the exact way to produce, bro.
Yeah, I seen a snippet of, I think it was Pharrell in the booth in the studio with Wu-Tang and ODB.
ODB, yeah, I know she's talking. Guess who's home? Guess who's home? And you see what he told him?
Yeah.
Because ODB was like, man,
how you want me to do it, man? Like, let it out, bro.
He said he just got back from jail, and he like, and we talking about ODB Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
The animate, he's a Brooklyn Zoo animal. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell him how to animate?
Right.
But Pharrell knew, like was saying with the engineering before, Pharrell knew how he wanted it to sound. So now, okay, you just do this, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And I just think like, you know, being able to make that, and then it came out how it did, how Pharrell went, and he's the genius, mad scientist. Like, yeah, it's funny. I think about that clip rent free in my head sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot of little tricks and techniques, man.
Have you seen the Wu-Tang series? I don't know if I asked you.
No, I didn't, man. I want to so bad. I was waiting on it to come out, and then I think it was like on Netflix or Hulu or something. I'm like, I don't even got it no more. But it's online. Or anything I want to watch.
I highly recommend it.
I like to support the creators, man. So I'll give me Netflix and shit.
But it's a lot of gems get from it too.
Yeah.
I would say, like, I think y'all would appreciate because it tells
the Wu-Tang. I saw it. I never watched it though. I didn't think it was like a. I knew it was talking about the Wu-Tang, but I didn't think it was gonna be like a.
Yeah. Like really about them.
I
How they did it.
I really can relate to RZA, and not even to be funny, man. I think I'm a better rapper than RZA. I think he's awesomely, he's talented, bro. I just think I'm a better rapper than he is. Like when it comes to just putting bars together. But I never taken. He's awesome to me. But I heard him. He was talking about, you know, he went to the guys. Hey, I got this 5-year plan. We're gonna do this and that and that and this. And they was actually able to follow, and they are what they are today. I did the exact same thing, bro, with people, but people was falling off. Like, we don't have those 7 people here, 5 people, 12 people. You know, we was doing the us and me thing, man. We started off with like 13 or 17 of us and ended out with 3 or 5.
I don't even remember. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember one meeting where all of us were together.
Yeah.
And that was like the only meeting where all 30 or however many of us were there. Because it was like, schedules were conflicting and stuff like that, and
it were fighting and
it just got demoralizing after that.
Yeah, man.
That can happen with groups. I think like
there was a singer on there too, wasn't it? There was a couple of girls.
So the concept of this, we were building a parent company to attribute to all of our individual desires and what we're trying to do. Exactly. So we had Detroit Royalty. Detroit Royalty was our rap group. We had LOE, which is League of Extraordinary, Nutcase Generals, they were their thing, and we had we had like a couple different photographers, ladies that was trying to be models, and the idea was we come together and do this. So if you got a show, you already got 17 people to show up and throw it up for you. If you need models for your music video, we have these models here. You can go ahead and just break them off a little something and help them out any way you can. Right. You know, when this photographer needs some practice shots or something, he can come do our photo shoot. You know, so it was
cool. Good networking.
Yeah. And it came time for us to like we was actually meeting. I was giving people homework, man. We got to go out and we gonna find a business, just talk to the owner and see what it was that they did. You know, ask them a couple questions. Ask them 3 questions. Any 3 questions you want to ask, but learn something from them. You know what I'm saying? That was the idea. I don't remember exactly. I think we did have 3 distinct questions I wanted to ask. Like, how long did it take you to build your business? When did you start? Or when did you know that this is what you wanted to do type deal? And I stopped at a bakery it was on 6 Mile and between Evergreen and Southfield. I don't know exactly what street it's on, but it's on the right-hand side if you're coming from Evergreen. Stopped up there, talked to the owner. At first, he was kind of nonchalant about it because I had my buddy HK, who was a videographer at the time. He had his camera with him, so he like, and this is before like YouTube was a big thing. You know, this is like 2013.
They really was like, get that camera on my face.
Yeah, he like, man, why you showing up there with what's going on? Right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a young entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur. You know, I'm trying to build this record label, and I just wanted to ask questions, you know, to another entrepreneur about. And his thing was, you know, we're in 2 different industries, so how can I help you? You know, what can I possibly say to help you? And I'm like, well, you know, he was really nonchalant about it, but I asked the right questions and got the information that I needed. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, this is what you have to deal with when you're trying to learn something. Yeah, at the very least, just trying to learn something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But in his defense, you know, we could have been robbers trying to figure out his schedule or anything like that. So I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him. I got the information I needed. But the whole conglomerate, the parent company that we were building, pretty much fell apart. And the problem that I had was consistency, and that's why when I see other groups like the Griseldas and slaughterhouses and stuff, I'm like, man, how do y'all stay consistent enough, or how do y'all communicate good enough for y'all to actually be there where y'all need to be when it's time to be there?
It's hard to do, especially with I think like I was in the game clan. I was also in the camp that like had multiple people in it, but now it's just like it's more so just a friend group, you know what I'm saying? And I think like now like as far as entities like my camp's called Squad, SKWAD, and it was
no, you guys make sure it's on.
And like it was like 7 of us, like entity wise now, but before like almost 20. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, like with the guy, like the business owner you approaching, it was like he was cool, he talked to you, but like you like, you know, where's this coming from? You know, I think like one thing I just learned over time is just like, you know, how life just be playing out. You know, people gonna do what they can for themselves in that day. You know, and it's like, for example, like, you know, the goal could change. Daily goals, you know what I'm saying, could change. You know, which affect the overall goal. You know what I mean? And I just think like, you know, it's doable, but it really take, like I used to tell my group, like, Dope Div, like, bro, we not 3 different monsters, we 3-headed monsters. But even if all 3 of our heads ain't thinking the same, we gonna be going in different ways, man. And like, crazy enough, right, for my bro pass, we had just decided to like focus on our own individual careers, because I would be at rehearsal be at my house day late, or when I'm late, or like I would have something, they would have rehearsal and like, nah, I got something, and it would get a little hard, but like we was cousins, brothers, family, so we see each other by default all the time, hung out around each other all the time. And I think like even with my friend group now, I say camp with my friend group now, like the real way we stayed together was literally just our, you know, connection to each other. Like that wasn't just somebody I was going business with. Like that's my ace. Like I'm going to be talking to this person tomorrow, or like after I'm done like with this meeting, we going to talk about what we eating, because we're going to the same place, or the holiday where you going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I think chemistry just be so important. Wavelengths, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I know. You know, trust me, I've been out of the road. It was, I actually had a time where I cut myself off from my homie Max, man, because it wasn't just nothing that he did. It was how I was perceiving things. I'm a firm believer, like, stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, and I'm one person. A lot of things happen in my life because I don't live my life by a schedule at all. You know what I'm saying?
Do what you do.
And I understand stuff happens, but I'm also a firm believer that you're going to make time for things that you really want to do. And when we first started the podcast, you know, I had a conversation with him, and we decided on a time that we was going to do it. We would never meet at that time. It was every time we did a podcast, every episode was getting later and later and later in the day. We were meeting to the point we were supposed to be starting at 6:30. Now we're starting at 9:30. So I'm like, you know what? We if I can't get y'all to be on the call with me, we just gonna shut it down. You know, and then I would see him like on TikTok every day posting 4 times a day. So I'm like, all right, bro, you got time to do all this, bro. You don't got time to get on a video call to do this. So I'm like, all right, man. So I see this is not important to you. You know, and when I took that, I'm like, man, you don't fuck with me. That's how I took it in my mind. I'm like, you don't fuck with me. So I ain't blocked him, but I unfriended him. Yeah. Because I'm like, bro, this is something that I'm making sacrifices for us to level up in life. Like, so we can have this in the future. We started in 2020 and it's 2023 now. We would be so much further if we were never shut it down or be more consistent. But after I actually sat back and thought about it, I'm like, man, I'm overthinking it. That's one example of overthinking. I'm like, so irrational. And I actually broke down and talked to him about it. I'm like, you know, Max, I'm sorry, bro. I ain't mean to, you know, you've been my brother for so long. And I was feeling some type of way. Oh, speaking of, I'm breaking the news to you. I was telling you about, I stopped smoking again. I haven't smoked since we did our last podcast.
Congratulations.
So, and with that, I was feeling some type of way. I'm like, we obviously aren't as close as I thought we were, bro. Because out of all the times we done linked up, even when we was doing music, I done tried to get you to smoke with me. You would never smoke with me.
Oh, there was one. Okay, so
random motherfuckers you just met. So I'm like,
there's a story behind that.
Look,
like Kevin Hart, I can explain.
You might have had that on you, and when that happened, you started like,
this happened. I've known you for over 15 years now.
Yeah.
Like, you've never even wanted it. Like, you never, like, even when we just doing music, I've been wanting to just intensify your creativity. I'm not trying to get you strong out or nothing, but you would never do it. You did it with these women, like, it's pussy more important than all that.
Start going there with
so I'm like, all right, bro. I didn't never express that to him. That's
It
was just like you ain't shit.
For the record, on my end, but during that whole thing, on my end, in my mind, we were still friends.
Right.
Like there was
not friends.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't feel like, because we had the I was like, I didn't realize there was anything wrong. You know, I understand that at that time schedules was not going well, and no, as far as the podcast, not
I thought it was encompassing, but
not the other thing. I can explain that, but as far as the podcast was concerned, yes, in my mind, when we were talking, I was like, dude, I thought we were still fine. I didn't even know anything was like wrong. But then after, even after I understood why, because in my life, I was dealing with scheduling problems at my job. So that's what was holding me back from doing anything else. And
see, that's what I was saying.
Because TikTok was accessible.
Right.
Like, it was there.
In his hand.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just.
That's my thing. Like, remember, we started on the phone. All I had to do was call you to be on the podcast. Like, I could have called you from home to be on the podcast if we would have did it the regular way. But we doing video and everything now, so it's different.
Yeah.
But that's, that
was
overthinking, though.
But going towards the smoking thing. So here's the thing. They've been trying to get me like to smoke and or drink for years. And for years I've said no. I've had alcohol before and I didn't like it, so I knew not to say no, and I just wasn't interested enough in weed. So this was around the time, how old was I? I had to be like 21, 22, 23. It was on my birthday.
Okay.
So I was dating this girl at the time, and it was just a spur of the moment. Spur of the moment. They was like, "Hey, you want to try this?" And I was like, screw it. It's my birthday. I'll try it one time.
Yeah.
So that's all that was. A year later, I told him. It was just nonchalant, though. It wasn't like I was actively hiding from him. I was like, "Oh yeah, I did try this one time." He was like, "What?" Like.
Listen, when you say that, and I'm like, bro, we've known each other all these years. The first thing in my mind was, "What, you don't trust me? Like, you think I'll do something to you? Like, do you think I'll leave you in a best situation?" And it's not even a situation where it's like I wanted you to keep like the whole blunt with me. I just wanted to see you hit it and laugh. Like, nigga, I just want to laugh with you and get creative with the music. But that's what overthinking really looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's not just
something that your conception of reality, or you know what I'm saying, like of what it is when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? But like that's just what our brains can do. But it's just funny because like you said, the schedule thing and like that we talking about the camp thing, like that's what it be. It's crazy, like life, and it's like you said with work. Or we was talking about priorities before, and it's like you gotta put yourself, you know what I'm saying, in first in that way in terms of just being able to survive for that day, And like we talked about like accessibility, and that's first. Let me say this before we get any further. Thank you for finally having me, bro. I know I've been slow getting here, so I'm like,
that ain't you. That's me. Lack of communication too. We like, all right, we're gonna do it this
week. We was missing each other on the basis. I'm just saying, but no doubt, I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, it's like understanding like we obviously family men, and we got, and that's why it's like off top we can make it work out because that's what's most important. You know what I'm saying? Your well-being, your family, you, and like making sure you can eat every day. Like I'm sure you told your brother, like, bro, I'm here, but I'm fucking up at work. Your brother be like, nigga, what you mean? Like you figure it out, like. Nah, we gonna figure it because he wouldn't want you and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I used to tell my brothers. I was like, bro, I could give a fuck less about this music, to be honest. Like, if I'm able to get my cousin here one day, my other brother, producer here, and we chop it up, you know what I'm saying? But I always tell him, I'm like, bro, like, I care about y'all way more than this fucking music.
Yeah.
Always. Like, and I'm like, because I wanted us all to be there, but if you're not there, what's the point for me? And then my brother died. That's what fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't give a fuck. That's
Right.
why I stopped listening to music, and I was just like, I don't even know how I'm be happy now.
Yeah.
And I heard they currency, I'm like, damn, that shit is sweet. I'm like, all right, and then that's that's like, but see, like the journey, and that's what it be like. We talk about the journey a lot, and I just like I be thanking God, you know what I'm saying, like, cause that's what it's funny what He gives you to get you through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to make sure you good, and I just think like for y'all, like like even probably your ambition for that is probably for your love for your people. Like you like, bro, I gotta make it for your family, your people's. Like and it's like if somebody don't see that, fuck, you feel me? Like, but like for me, you know what I'm saying too, like, cause that's how I feel too, But at the end of the day, you already know what's most important. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I'm glad y'all's able. Now I'm able to sit here with both of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like all the other shit is gonna always be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't know. Like, that's your bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Make sure your man's with you. So I'm glad, just understand what's important.
That's just always the result of overthinking, man. And it ain't even just with him. I think what it was is I was like the tether between everybody in the group. Everybody knew each other because of me.
Yeah.
So it should have been my, responsibility to communicate effectively to everybody. Hey,
That's nice that you taking that accountability, but it does take responsibility on the other end too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But a lot of times too, when people don't see the vision like you see, it's hard for them to jump on board. Even if they are a part of it. Yeah, because the whole idea.
What they need that day.
The reason why I built the record label, bro, because I have an LLC for a 10 Frame Turkey Game, and it's a publishing company for the most part. But the purpose was so we can build a board, everybody have a piece of this, we all can collect off of it. If I die, this don't end. We can keep it going. You know what I'm saying? If anything happens, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm the only person showing up and doing this, how am I going to feel obligated to make anybody a part of anything?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all ain't meet me where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, and that's why I think above everybody, like even the first rap group, because we would, Detroit Royalty was my second group. I actually started with as the TMD boys, Taylor, Marquise, and Deshaun. And that was middle school, going into high school. Then I linked up with him, and we became Detroit Royalty.
Yeah, Detroit Royalty was my first. That was around the time where he got me into rapping, so I was kind of like following him on learning stuff.
And it was so cool because we all was like at a different place. Like we had D Mills, we had this dude named Devastating Dave. That was his boxing name. I don't know what his rap name. Oh, his rap name was What was it? I do know his rap name. I'm not gonna try to think too hard about it now. It's gonna come to me when I'm not thinking about it. But we all had our way. D Mill was he was a blood, so he was like a simplistic rapper. If I let you gotta, what is his verses? I'm the nigga named D Mill, bitch, got a whole lot of money, I ain't never sold a brick. 45, that'll hit your fucking shit. That was kind of his flow.
Okay.
Yeah. And me and him, we were like more lyrical. Dave, he was really lyrical too. But he had a problem. He was a habitual liar. Like he lied.
I did not see that coming in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was homie, but he was. Word. He battled. He had a different kind of drug addiction battle too.
Respect.
So it was hard keeping him on board for longer than 1 year, 2 years. He was a year and a half. He hung out with us and was part of the group.
Yeah.
D Mill, that was from 11th grade up until like 2 years after high school. But for the most part, man, we had the vision, we had the drive for it, and then even after that, we always, kept in contact. We went our separate ways because of life. We grown now. We got to find our way.
Yeah.
But we still always kept contact and worked on stuff. And then when the pandemic and stuff happened, we start doing the podcast and the music stuff again. It was like I really felt like I should have went harder. Just to keep us together on one accord, you know what I'm saying? I know it's not my responsibility because, like I said, everybody's gonna do what they want to do, and they're gonna make time. If
I know what you mean. You're just saying you could have did more on your end, like to just communicate to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and how they may have listened. I feel that. I
Well, yeah,
think
and
the
then
same way,
for me,
the same way.
for as far as the accountability bit goes, like the max then is not the max today. So I did not recognize. I did not recognize, even though I thought it was cool, and I thought I would just be here, like to kind of help out. I didn't think like I was going to be like a big thing. But regardless of that, I didn't recognize the importance of it. So the max then, I mean, like I said, schedules and stuff like that, but I still wouldn't actively call to try to see when we're gonna do stuff. Like to max today is different. Like I'll actively call and say, hey, when are we gonna do this? Because you know some stuff is gonna happen coming up, and I don't want to wait too long. Because then if I wait too long, then it's 3 years ago all over again. So.
See, even being able to refine yourself in that way, that's the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think like I was saying, like with just how people view themselves in their own life at that time, and like you say, your man's come to you with an idea, you like, oh yeah, that's of course anything you bring you be down. Yeah. But like now that over time you're able to see and be able to take away for me. I started rapping. Like, I always loved rap, new rap, but my cousins, they were the musicians, and like they had the drums in their basement. Like their dad was a drummer. I go over there, and they play on the drums, and I talk to them about rap because my mom taught me about rap. But it was like my cousins. He was one of them. The one that passed was like, man, once you in the group, keep asking. Nah, but then one day he was like, you probably can't rap no way, and I'm just competitive by nature. So I'm like, oh, you trying to pull my card? He's like, oh, bet. So he's like, no, I get that. We gonna write a verse, and he's like, bro, if you good, just be rap with us. I'm like, nah. I'm like, and then I wrote it and I beat him, and it came out good, and I was like, oh, all right, bet. But I didn't see the importance of that then. You know what I'm saying? Like they believed it could turn into something, even if we was able to get out of our house, their parents' house. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousin, how I found like I said, I did a talent show initially. He Googled that. I would have never did that. Yeah. I'm at their house playing GTA, bro. Like, not to say it's not important, but where I'm at, like you said,
where you was then was different.
Different, and like you're saying, like with your camping, it just kind of condensed, and I just like you said, that's what it be. You know what I'm saying? So I think just the most important thing, like you said, with time, just refine with time and just identifying what you want to do and what you value. Like for me, that's why I start rapping again, because I'm like, I can't live without it. Yeah. Like I'm going to hear a beat and rap to it in my head. Like I'm just gonna be that guy, even if you never hear me say it ever.
Facts. So I'm like, the same way.
You feel me? So and that's who you are.
And sometimes it's gonna bug me enough to where I'm forced to write a verse.
Put it down and see what it'll sound like when you read it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or else I'm gonna keep thinking about it. And it's gonna drive me crazy.
Or like one for me, and like I said, I love any type of rap. Don't gotta be lyrical, can't be lyrical, but I'd be like I was raised on mixtape Weezy, so I hear beat and be like, damn, Wayne would have went dumb on that. Or I'd be like, damn, I would go dumb on that. This is how, and I'll be, next thing I know, I'm rapping in my head. So it's just like, now that I see the importance of that, like now in my life, if the time was different now, you know what I'm saying, then I might have been just as, you know what I'm saying, committed, vice versa. But I with accountability, I just think it's cool, like just learning the value in that if, that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that is what both y'all want to do now. Like for me, I was able to find myself through that. Like find myself. And like what you said, like that's what that sound like. Like this is what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? And like by choice and just by trying, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Showing up. That's one of the most important things.
And then it'll create that accountability for you. That value. 21 day rule. Yeah. Now it's a part of me. You know? So I need to get down like
that's what man.
I'll start writing.
I'm trying to get it.
Try 8 bar
challenge. Yeah, man, do that.
That's not too much, but enough.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you think about it, that's a bar every 4 hours or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Wait, that math ain't mathing. Hold on. 8 bars. 24 divided by 8 is.
Well, if you're doing 8 bars a day.
3, so every 3 hours or something.
Depending on. But if I work an 8-hour shift, bar an hour.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, was that how you started off rapping? Like in the beginning?
That's your origin story?
That's your origin story?
Oh, yeah. So, like I was actually from Detroit, but my cousins they from Southfield. Look, actually not too far from here. And I would like visit them. Like they was the cousins, like they got the nice house over there. Oh snap, I stayed on like off East Warren and Connor, and like then moved to East Side, like East was it 8 Mile right, and like over there. Yeah. But like they would come pick me up and go out there and hang, and we listened to a lot of the same music, so they just knew how much I like music. But it was like somehow, not even somehow, but at that time in A school they had rap class at Southfield High, like a literal class where they rap, make music, record, and now you see it in schools everywhere. They learn how DJs kids, you know what I'm saying? So, and like through that, we was talking about quality and equipment. Like we used the laptop they had after the situation with like the little battle raps. We like, all right, well we gonna start a group, and he's like, all right, so y'all was talking about y'all previous name. Our first name was Quite Crispy.
Okay.
And we was gonna drop a tape. We were heavily influenced by, like I said, like Currency and Wiz at that time. Listening to like a lot of like How Fly mixtape and like a lot of Cushion Orange Juice, and like so. And like I said, like Big Sean, I was listening to Finally Famous then, so like that was kind of our style. No, I'm jumping the gun. Sorry. Quite Crispy was just, it was more of like a city sound kind of actually.
Okay.
Little Doughboys actually. Production wise, because that's what my cousins listen to, but we rap like a Wiz and Currency type over that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then it just like from there we ended up getting a show at like they had a friend who had a party, and we did like a Sweet 16. I was like our first show. Then we did like other little birthday parties here and there. But then we was like, all right, no, let's get out here. Then we found the talent show. It was like 9 Mile Lane Hoover at this bar, Bronco Lanes. No, Bronco Lanes was crossword. The bar was called the Ritz.
Okay.
Yeah. And we was doing a showcase there, and that was when we really kind of like, all right, no, this is real, like, cause I want to win, like. So we started like kind of doing like an NWA thing, dressing like, and like my cousin would come with Gazelle glasses, and we had like the retro Steves. Then subsequently our music became that way. Then there was a gallery that was downtown called the Entitled Bottega. But they would have an event there every Thursday called the Crack House. It was off of Jefferson and Iron Street downtown. So we found out about it. And we went down there, and there would be like live performances every week by different artists. Sometimes open mic would be headliners. Okay. We was just hitting that for like years, and then like over time met friends. Then that's how we did different shows, different places. But yeah, so it all kind of just started like with me just saying, yeah, it's like a battle, and now I can be sitting here with y'all talking about my experience.
Yeah. That's dope, man. I like that.
Dope,
I like that. Awesome.
I'm not even gonna hold you up, man. Music been in my family. My dad, he was rapping. My uncles and cousins.
You was rapping your pops? Oh, that's he grew up.
Yeah. My dad and my uncles did a song called "Lord, Can You Save Us." Wow. Yeah. And I was actually one of my cousins, Lucas Wade, is like my cousin through marriage, and I was actually asking because my dad and his uncle did the song together, which is, I guess, would be considered my cousin in a way. I don't know. It's weird when the married stuff. Yeah, but they did the song together with 2 other guys, and we like, man, we gonna redo it. So I asked my dad, I'm like, man, you mind if we redo this? Like, we can bring this boy to life. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. I want to hear it.
That's what's up. You like recently?
I haven't started it yet.
Oh, okay.
I ain't started yet because actually I did. I changed it because they had it. They were like harmonize, Lord, can you save us? I prayed something life you gave us. Yeah. I forget exactly what the lyrics was, but when I started writing it, I wrote it with that same Lord, can you save us? But it's going to be for a woman to sing, Lord, can you save us?
Lyrics up.
Yeah, so I want to change it up, the cadence a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, I think this is going to be real dope, man. But I actually, even when I was like young, living in Arkansas, I remember writing this song called "Can You Be My Girlfriend" or something like. It was some supposed to be trying to sing this song to this girl I like, man.
Cool, but see, you had to mention.
And,
You understand how do you
yeah,
start, man?
but back then I would have never thought that I would want to be like a rapper growing up. It wasn't like I want to be a rapper. It was like I like this girl and sing this song. When I ended up coming back to Detroit,
full circle.
I don't even remember. No, I do remember. I had it was this guy that stayed across the street from me when I was in 5th grade, and his name was Anthony. Everybody used to think he was slow because he was like quiet, and his mom were lesbians. This is like back when gay wasn't popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, he put me up on the with that song, Realist, nigga, 50 Cent and B.I.G. Yeah, we had switched mix CDs one day, and he put me up on that, and he was like, I wrote a rap to this, because he was like 3 or 4 years older than me. I was about 10, he was about 13, 14, you know. And he was just like a big homie, and when he did that, it kind of like, you know, I was like trying to freestyle with him and stuff like that. And then when I got to over on 7 Mile on Gilchrist and went to Coffee, that's when I really started writing, because I used to be on punishment all the time, and I ain't have nothing but this alarm clock that had a radio attached to it. It was one of the old school, real alarm clock, yeah. So I used to just turn it to 955 and start writing to the beats, you know, songs that I was hearing. And that's how I actually learned structure, because first, you know what? I actually started before that, because Shake Your Tail Feather, we was living on Joy Road in 6th grade too. And I remember writing that whole song out.
Nelly song?
Yeah. And
Murphy Lee. Crazy.
Murphy Lee, what the hook gonna be?
Murphy Lee,
whole song out too.
That beat is cold too.
Yeah. So I actually wrote like their lyrics on paper, and that was like the beginning of me learning how to structure songs. And for some reason, like counting bars just clicked to me easily. You know what I'm saying? And it was just always Gucci from there. But that's when, you know, we got the TMD boys, me, Marquise, and Deshaun.
Started young,
we was writing, you know, little songs. I had my first verse. I wrote a verse for my boy Chris too. He wanted to rap at the time because he seen, you know, what we was doing. I actually wrote him a verse. And that's what it was for me.
And nothing like just being able to do something with your people. Do something with your peoples, you know what I'm saying? I think that was like one of the biggest things for me. Like, being able to do something with my brothers, you know, we was proud of it, we was young, we was doing it on our own. And like when you start to see stuff move from that, it'd be like, oh yeah, you know, like, okay, this is for me, you know, so that's like the best thing.
Hearing myself rap, man, I just always liked it, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it was so sweet.
That's me, bro.
Even like our first mixtape we did was called The Beginning, and he had this little SanDisk MP3 player. It was like bluish, grayish, white, or something like that.
It was definitely used.
Yeah, it was. It was like really an MP3 player before Zoom and iPods.
MP3s, bro.
I think it was like
before I had.
Yeah, I think I had a blue one and a gray one actually.
We would be standing there in front of the speaker like this while the beat playing off the speaker, rapping our lyrics, whole song all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
So we had like 7 or 8 songs like that.
Yeah.
Just for the images.
Yeah. So we did our whole mixtape.
We used to record in it's called Cedar Closet. It was a closet they had in the basement, very narrow, with just a bunch of coats, and they had like mics from like some of their dad's studio equipment. We recorded on a laptop with this program called Mixcraft.
That's my
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I started.
That was my first introduction to like anything like that. You know.
That wasn't the first one for me, but that's the one where I actually like understood how to record music. Yeah. I think it was Mixcraft 3 at the time, like 3.
Mixcraft.
Yeah, they on like. They gotta be on like 11 because last
still
one I bought was 9.
Yeah,
I bought 9 like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to have something for my PC, not knowing Pro Tools is a PC thing. Yeah, I got Pro Tools now. I'm up on PC.
And that's I need to slide back through.
And then I gotta get my iMac out the pawn shop because I got Logic, Ableton, and Pro Tools.
I was using. I'm trying to learn so I can just get better, like with tracking and engineering stuff. So Ableton, I'll need tips on Ableton too.
Wow.
I'm make my extra game slide down.
All right, man.
Like she did text me earlier, like are we still going Noel? I'm like, That shit was an hour ago.
Oh
So-
man, I'm sorry. All right, before you go,
See, that's what happens when we
before
have
you
good
go,
conversations. You feel me?
I'm really.
Before you go, though,
I was able to slide through
Before
it.
you go,
Gotta come
just
back.
Yeah.
drop us a hot 16 real
Okay.
quick. You think you got a 16 ready? So I'm gonna play this beat. We're gonna do a cypher style, man. I'll start us off if y'all need us to.
All right.
Just so y'all can get a feel for the beat, you know.
Okay.
All right.
I think
If I hear the beat, I might come up with something.
Oh, you probably remember the beat. It's a real old one. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Yeah, 'cause we ain't had nobody rap on the show yet. We ain't had nobody rap. And I told them, like, you know, when we get a rapper on, we doing a cypher. Alright, not always got a 16 for anything. Alright, let's go. Let's run it back. Alright. I hope I can get it with this, I got this fake bridge in to block my gap in my tooth. I did this beat back in like 2012. Now with a microphone magnificent, who can spit legit is this? Who can see it coming? The photographer can't picture this. You can try to picture this and leave your team pictureless. Now twist the picture big so I can flip the script and kill it quick. Typing with precision, metaphors that make incisions, cut you into the vision. My mission is to straight up finish you. Place you like my tennis shoe, jumped up into the minutes, do it tennis shoe to the public. I dispute like the Senate do. Cool of the cold, but lyrical of the lyricist. Deliberately killing any rapper who think it's lyrics is matching with equivalence. The flows I make you quiver with, you want beef, deliver it. I'm feeling carnivorous, king of the jungle. Everybody know that Simba wins when they don't like me, cause I'm colder than December winds. I ball like my Jordans, you get booted like the Timberlands. I'ma stay on top and never fall like when September ends.
Hey, never fall. Hey, okay. If not us, who else? We'll need beginners. Cartier Woods got me seeing splitters. Talking flows, and my team is winners. My food is thought so cold, I can sell it as the TV dinner. To each his own, respect me like a cornea. Run that whole building like Macaulay Culkin when he's home alone. Hip hop is dead and the flow's gone. That's so wrong. Tell the world I got it covered just like I layered the ozone. The beats I flow on, I respectfully rest in peace. Till my paper long, your CBS receipts, the recipe. Taking to school when I drop, you fell from testing me. Spitting the angel dust, my fly verses heaven. Pen spilling, stage killing, words hitting. Kill everything I touch, cause I write in the murder mitten. They don't give me the crown, I take it without permission. Cause the cost to be the boss ain't a lot, just pay attention.
Yeah.
Let me push it back a little bit for you, back.
Yeah, that's a tough beat. That was old.
I like that. Max, where you at, Max?
Oh, put me on the spot here. Watch me mess up. Max A. Like speed when the beat calls her eyes, so I see far. Galaxy brain, bitch, I'm hotter than I can go supernova. I knew I was gonna do that. I can go supernova, but no, I'm not Hova. But my bars are harder than any diamonds you can hold up. I can electrify people as if I was rating. No mercy, I finished them. Say amen. Yeah, I can't do it. wait. Do it again. I gotta do it up.
Alright, you got the build up.
My heart's beating.
Alright, let it up.
I'm gonna switch it. Max A. Bitch, I hope you fall in a ditch. Followed by woo! Nah, finish it. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm done.
This is a long one. Here comes, I got it here, so you cooking up, bro. Yeah. That's it. That's how we said this shit. Still my name major. Hits from the Genesis. When I ain't playing second, put your hits to vibrations like 2,000 pages off the straight. It's cash king like 2,000 pages. So y'all can use That's a new one for me.
No, wait.
I got one for y'all.
I got one.
I'm about dollars. Why you rhyme for crumbs? Get out of line and get done by slugs bigger than the size of your thumbs. These niggas mad cause I ain't rhyme with bumps. Keep a couple bitches with me. Bitch niggas, I ain't rhyme with none. Slinging pistols, get your mind right, dog. And get your top shaved off. I'm bringing problems that your 9 can't solve. Bro sitting up on 9 yards and sending clips with the grips. Get some slipping in this high end cards, you get slapped. If you act like a broad, but off a probable cause, you get clapped like a round of applause. I've been fighting for too goddamn long, now I get down and get lost. Blah, blah, that's the sound of my dogs, they sounding it off. Mad cause I'm pounding your broad, I've been her over. Get her focus, started pounding them jaws. I'm the greatest, I know you probably hating it, dog, but homicide is what you getting when the great is involved.
Whoa. Cuban link swerving in the limo, tell me what you think. Next Friday, spilling drinks with my Sule fucking sink. Cardi covered minks, fried lobster in the sink. Half king, half beast like the Sphinx, don't blink. You don't want no problem with me, nigga, no chance. Boxing with a giant boy, you power plus got no hands. The flow can had me for whipping like the dope man. Enough to make Carrie Hilson slow dance from romance. Till I hit the gas, every song classic. Nigga ass and niggas dancing, bitches Nuke'Em, baby, that's enough. In the city on the vibes, buck 50, beat, black, Jeep, black, Timberland, Missy running up to give me look like a grizzly and up that glizzy. Fuck, ain't no killer, but don't push me, won't be pretty. Other rappers think they wiggy, really they can't get with me. My words make red when they mix like 50 kill niggas in my prime like Autobot Transformers. Bars they can punch drunk, never listen when you sober. T say get him, I got him, it's over. Place the order, it's a rap like a Bucharest shawarma.
Okay. Okay, alright.
I'm gonna try again. I'll try again.
You saying, bitch, I'll be in the fucking dick. I'm like, oh. It's all good.
I got a different beat.
I feel like I need to do both of them again
I
now.
got a different beat if you want a different one.
What was it? Bitch, I hope you fall in the ditch. Followed by a plane crash, make a blast with a lit match. So I can laugh, then I spasm what's next. You think you're mad, take a jab at what's next. I'm trying not to rap like a human anymore, so don't be surprised if I start saying shit off the floor. Otherworldly verses I come with and more. Wanna know why I'm bored, plus I'm still too fucking poor. Of course, I do some space shit. Fuck Predator, I wanna be an alien. I'm changing all these bitches Wait! Light speed when the beat calls. Star eyes so I see far. Galaxy brain. Bitch, I'm hotter than a quasar. I can go supernova. And no, I'm not Hova, but my bars are harder than any diamonds you can hold up. I can electrify people as if I was raiding. No mercy. I finish them. Amen. No, I'm not a skeleton. I spit flames like Scorpion. I kill a Quan Chi. I split your body from your head. Bars and bars and bars and bars. If I'm present, then rap's my yard. I am a star from here to Mars. You are subpar compared by far.
Oh, the animation.
I need to do both of them again.
I was tough, bro.
Give me 3 minutes, man. I just want you to hear this. What? So I remember I was telling you this fool is 40 bars too. I'm like, oh, what?
Okay, man.
The ultimate testament is the testament.
Rise beats, nigga, funk.
Coming from the underground, headed for the surface. A man with a plan and a plan to find a purpose. Just cause I ain't got it down, make a nigga worthless. Just cause I don't know it down, make this nigga worthless. Sure, I'm not perfect, I perfect my person. With God on my side, I make work of all the curses. But please close the blinds cause the sunlight align with the snakes in the grass and I can see him through the curtains. Thoughts on my mind of the clown steady lurking. Like should I risk it all, be a carnage when it's circus? Maybe that's the purpose, or maybe it's a joke. I ain't never seen poor, but look, we always been broken, that's for sure. But I'm an asshole, hot as the Tabasco. This ass low, will I collect when I pass go. Something like a pimp, I collect when I pass hoes. Straight to my siblings, yeah, we play 'em like Smash Bros. See, I'm just a proof of what you lack in the booth. Back in the shoot, before you start attacking, I shoot. I'm actually spooked the way I see you niggas see ghosts. They catch me yelling T-Ty like I be doing the most. But look, this type of style you ain't gonna find in the book. Boy, with games, I take your queen for hiding your roots. Slide and get took. They know that I'm the guy and they shook, because they know that it's a hit if I'm the guy on the hook. What's up? Every story has a villain, of course. I ain't surprised if T-Ty be the villain of yours. Killing peace, yeah, I guess I am a villain, of course. But make sure you tell them all how the villain matured. I'm just a player in the game, homie, don't hate me. But I'm here to raise the scale like Joe raised me. If you don't like it, you can change it every time that I speak. But you won't, cause you know you love the flavor I bring. But if you looking hollow, then I'm reaping your soul. We show up with no straps, only Zomboxo and Bonkai. If y'all ops, y'all gon' die. But Lucas Wavy in the building, I bet y'all won't try. Cause we just mix well together like salt on fries. Cause we just making shit up like ball don't lie. If you waiting for us to stop, my nigga, y'all gon' cry. Cause we just send body bags out to all them guys. With my life, playing with my name, playing with my money, I don't play those type of games. Don't be playing with my life, playing with my name, playing with my money, I don't play those type of games. Don't be playing with my life, playing with my name, playing with my money, I don't play those type of games. Don't be playing with my life, playing with my name, playing with my money, I don't play those type of games.
Fellas ain't really bout nothing. 10 times out of 9 dogs, I bet you they frontin'. Brag about how they fire on each other, they stun, but don't nobody attack the cops like Goodwill Hunting. That's why I decided to start dumping for sure. I gotta learn more to contribute to this art form. Weighing in at 140, I'm the type to start war. Just mean you're prone to crash like Connie for acting hardcore. I'm not him, you won't qualms with. Problems I give, if not yet, won't be soft with. Your involvement, the barrage stick regardless of the target. Your solar augment from living vessel to a carcass. Step into my office at your own risk. Try me Lucas wavy slaying with the palms or fist. Crazy what I'm saying, penetrate your oral orifice. I'm yearning, let me be your beat, the seeds, keep the warning. Bring it back, I ain't finished yet. Had to catch my breath, 1 sec of indecisiveness. And you catching wreck, never stress. Even under pressure, I still feel at rest. I persist where you quit, no wonder why you ain't the best. I'm correct, don't be approaching me with the indecencies. I'm moving differently, vessel steady, emitting frequencies that fracture your chiasmus. My asthma in my presence, moving past, yes, I'm thrashing, and I master this profession. People trying to tell me what to and not to do. They don't understand, I got nieces and nephews. I'm really Uncle Luke Troubles, a bottle coming out full throttle in the vocal booth. Like mama, I gotta holler, I'm astonished by your poker too. Hoping you appreciate a lad doing what he supposed to. T-tied in the lab, constructing with pro tools. I'm making moves, lose your sanity. What wave make you do? Being a fool, arriving late, the invitationals. Bro, stop, I gotta ride, switching like Botox. I'm popping off, you gotta hear me like when the faux shot. Oh God, I don't even know how I'ma top this. Mythic like the Loch Ness, in love with a chick that's toxic. Sick as scripture road, I'm really different, bro. I got motion, flow potent, plus I'm doper than a line of coke. Trying to keep the ego in check, so I don't let down my folks. It's young wavy out here doing my best to stay afloat.
And remember, this is the free version of the beat too, man. So
okay.
we got, you know,
Is the other one gonna sound different or?
That's what I don't know. So when
You'll be able to.
if it's longer or
we can probably go back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, you want in too.
Nah, I appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. And I appreciate you coming, joining us here on the podcast, man. And what we actually do, we actually end it here, so I ain't gotta do too much editing, and then we're gonna start another one. So, because this one already like 3 hours, I'm gonna have to listen to all this and then go through and
I can still.
We can talk about music for forever.
Yeah, that's me, bro. So like anytime, I love it.
I didn't even think we were gonna talk about music the entire time.
I didn't either.
it wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional, but it ended up being that way.
That's the best way to have done it.
When I told him to come, I'm like, yeah, this would be perfect because my homeboy, he's a poly man, so you're a married man, so like, this is gonna be a very interesting conversation.
Next podcast.
We ain't even get to
Always
the yeah. But music, man, we could have been going for another 4 hours, man. I ain't gonna hold you up, but yeah, I greatly appreciate you joining in. Do you have any new projects, any social media, anything you want to shout out before you go?
Follow me on Twitter. X. It's X now. Instagram.
Twitter and mom.
Right. You feel me? You see what I said first.
Right.
Dope Div Drew. It's Dope Div on those same social media platforms. You can just Google Dope
Go
Div.
get that Coney run, please. Check that Coney run.
We basically what we did was we just wanted to give an ode back to the city and provide a soundtrack for you while you going to get your, you know what I'm saying, your chili cheese fries. You just shoot your move, you know what I'm saying.
Coney sounds nice right now.
You know, and play the tape when you eat it. It's gonna make the food taste better, I promise. But
probably gonna hit a food.
More stuff upcoming. On Twitch, I'm Drew Nuke'Em, JRUNUKEM, just like Duke Nuke'Em, the gang. And look out for more. Appreciate my brother. You know what I'm saying. Let me slide through. He's on fire.
Right.
Oh, I'm like, why this song? Like,
Yes,
this is the literal. This is my answer. That sounds like the ending of like I thought that was your thing.
No.
Love, respect,
Well,
man.
I greatly appreciate you coming through, man. This has been a very interesting conversation for the least part. Make sure y'all go check out that Coney Run, though. Man.
Shout out D-Lo Brown on the intro.
And Max, I appreciate you for coming through, man.
Always
we got
a
some
pleasure.
more business to handle after this, but
Always a pleasure.
we got some, you know, I want to talk some games with you too, man.
Cool.
But thank you, everybody that tapped in, anybody that tapped in. Thank you for your time, patience. Thank you for sharing anything like that. This has been
He's on fire.
We'll see you in the next one.